Ooh, good name.
Hello, Invisible Darren.
What in God's name?
It's Geeky Weekly again. And this week I'm wearing my Cthulhu balaclava.
It's great. It's great. It's better than the normal beard.
Yeah, it's true.
Where did you get that from?
I don't know. It was a present one year. I've not really worn it. I just found it in the bag. I was looking for some stuff, looking around the room. I thought, I'll put that on. Not worn that. Make use of it. This is my Geeky Weekly mask from now on.
What's your safe word?
You're frightened our one viewer.
Go in shenanigans like that.
It looks like a GIMP mask, depending on the angle.
I mean, everybody that looks like a fringe.
You know, it speaks volumes when
that's your Bob Marley mask now.
All right, I'm back. I'm back in the room. You can all stop panicking. You all go, where's Gray? What's going on? Where is he? Who's this strange man? It was me all along. I would have got away with it.
Always a strange man in the room. It was no different.
Oh dear. I'm obviously in a silly mood today. So how's everyone doing? I had some comics that I got, and I was going to show them tonight.
Yeah.
And I completely forgot, and I've put them all away. I got I was thinking to myself all week, I must remember to show these, and then I've put them all away. So I hope you guys have got some comics. Because
I've got a game to play. If people want to play a game.
Okay.
I'm up for a game.
Okay, so I went to an auction today, and I bought some stuff. Now, one of the this just came as an extra with the auction. This is not what I bought it for, but there were 20 movie poster reprints. Okay, these are just A4 reprints. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all 20 of these, and what I need you to do is to write down how many of you have seen of these movies. Don't tell us, yeah, and also what your favorite 3 movies are. Okay. Again, don't tell us. All right.
And let me open a little text
so
box.
you probably need a pen and paper or something to record this, but or you can keep it in your head. So here we go. So again, I want you to record the number of movies you actually seen and which your top 3 are. Okay. So
was that the first one?
The first one is The Creature from the Black Lagoon. The second one is Alexa, play Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet by Bobby Linton on Amazon Music.
Alexa, stop, otherwise we'll get banned. Right. Next up.
Alexa, play Misty for me.
Breathless. Jean-Luc Godard's classic film, Breathless.
What's relevant about the Richard Gere remake of that?
No idea.
I don't know what's relevant. It's got Richard Gere in it.
He plays Norrin Rad.
Oh, he plays Norrin Rad. Okay.
He fancies himself the Silver Surfer.
Ah, okay.
That's the whole basis of the movie.
Next up.
Okay.
Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit.
That poster would get anybody out for a movie.
Next up, no one in space, no one can hear you scream.
I'm going to Noel Coward Theatre next week.
Are you? That's a good theatre.
Yeah, you know that there's a show on with they're recreating like a Tommy Cooper, Bob Monkhouse.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, me and Lisa and her dad are going to go.
Oh, I'm jealous. I can't wait to go. I'll be interested to see what you think because I'm tempted by it.
Oh, charades. Who am I?
Oh, you Tommy Cooper?
It's Tommy Cooper. Yeah.
That's not funny.
Was that his
funny when it happened
on stage? A rage in Harlem.
Yeah,
That's utterly brilliant. To die on stage, that is renowned.
The Red Shoes. Great poster here. The Rocketeer.
And yet Stevens didn't do that poster. That's weird.
He didn't. Still a great poster. Sex, Lies, and Videotapes.
That's my life story.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kyle, that doesn't look like you on the poster.
no.
I'm pretty sure, what is it? James Spader's in that, though.
Star Wars.
What's that? Is that a new movie?
Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down.
The original. The remake was kind of dirty.
Sophia Loren in Woman on the River. Woman of the River.
Of the river, yeah. Well, she lives in the river. Oh, I'll give her a good home.
It's here. A man went looking for America and couldn't find it anywhere. Anybody know what that film is? The tagline from that film?
1492.
Easy Rider.
Seems to be a Dennis Hopper theme kind of cruising through this.
Next up, tagline is 3 decades of life in the mafia. Does anybody know the film?
Godfather.
Godfather. Goodfellas.
Yes. Next up, Leon.
The best.
Yeah.
That is an incredible movie.
Once Upon a Time in America.
Mm-hmm. It's like a really long film, isn't it, that one?
Yeah.
It's not like 4 hours long. So
it doesn't say somewhere how long it is. I remember you're right, it's bloody long.
They start out as kids, didn't they? You see them as kids in the beginning.
Yeah, correct. The Outlaw with Jane Russell.
And to think she went on to do bra commercials to be more famous.
This is a great poster. 10,000. Does anybody know which movie used this? £10,000 if you die of fright. The first person who dies of fright while seeing this film is insured for £10,000.
The Exorcist.
No, before
it's not that Tingler, is it? It's not one of them old like 50s ones.
Give you a clue. It's stars Vincent Price.
Yeah, I thought it was an old one.
House of Wax.
Could be.
Pit and the Pendulum.
Ah, the Pit and the Pendulum. It's not much good if you die of fright, is it? Cool. I'll keep on counting.
There used to be a pub in Norwich called the Pit and the Pendulum, I think.
I think there was, yeah.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Quentin Tarantino's grossly overrated.
Oh, and that reminds me, Mark.
Yeah.
I watched a video that about you. Alan interviewed you.
Yes.
Did you ever go to House on the Borderland in Peterborough?
Yes.
What did you think to it?
I liked it.
Do you know what happened to it?
What happened to it?
The guy who was behind the counter, I don't know, it looked very much like Grey. Is that the guy you remember too?
Yes. It was very dingy. There was never any light in there.
And there's all hanging T-shirts.
Yeah,
and everything.
Yeah. That's where that was my local comic shop back in the day. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
He was selling drugs, so he got closed down.
I'm not surprised. He was always a bit sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to have
I
a
used to
side
love
hustle
going
to
there.
make comic books work. What do you reckon Darren's up to? Darren's shipping kilos all over the world.
You know them
So,
chocolates? They're not chocolates.
last one, guys. So I need your top 3 and how many of these have you seen? Write them down. Don't say it. Alfred Hitchcock, Psycho.
You got your top 3 in order?
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. No, they don't know. They don't need to be in order. Just your top 3. If you want me to show them again, I will.
Yeah, go through them again quickly, just so I can. I've got
Psycho.
2 of me top.
Pulp Fiction. Pit and the Pendulum. The Outlaw.
Quite an eclectic bunch, really.
It is a very eclectic bunch. I quite like that. Once Upon a Time in America. These are worth, but you can buy these. These are worth about £4 or £5 each. I'm going to try and flog the lot for 60. Leon.
Okay.
Goodfellas. Easy Rider. Sophia Loren in Woman of the River. Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down, the original.
I didn't know there was a remake, let alone original. I didn't know there was an original, let alone a remake.
Some strange, obscure film called Star Wars.
Mm.
The story of Kyle's life. The Rocketeer. The Red Shoes. A Rage in Harlem. In Space, Nobody Can Hear You Scream. Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit. Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless. And 2 more to go. Blue Velvet. And finally, Creature from the Black Lagoon. So out of those 20, how many have you seen? And what are your top 3? Right. What I'm going to get you to do now is each of us are going to have a guess. We're going to start with Gray, and don't say anything, Gray. Each of the 3 of us now need to write down how many of those we think Gray has seen. Okay. And which his top 3 are. So if you get correctly how many he has seen, plus or minus 1, you score 3 points. Okay. If you get one of his top 3, you score 1 point. If you get 2 of his top 3, you score 3 points. If you get all 3 of his top 3, you get 10 points. Okay.
I've written nothing down, so I'm just kind of floating.
Well, you need to write something down now, Kyle, because otherwise.
Oh, I can't write right now. I shake so much I can barely feed myself. So I'll do this by memory best I can.
Okay, then, Kyle, how many of these do you think Gray has seen?
Out of 29.
Okay. And what do you think his top 3 are?
I'm going to go painfully modern. Star Wars, Alien, and Pulp Fiction. Probably wrong on all 3, but.
So, Darren, how many of these do you think Gray has seen?
11.
Okay. And what do you think his top 3 are?
Alien, Creature Black Lagoon, and Psycho.
Okay. I think he's seen more than you. I think he's seen more of these. I think he's because he used to go to the cinema with his auntie. So I don't think he hasn't seen anything recent, but these aren't recent movies. These are all quite old movies. So I think he's seen quite a few of these. I'm going to go 14 out of these he's seen. I think he doesn't like David Lynch. So I'm going to go, I think Alien. All three of us have said Alien. So he's going to surprise us now by not having Alien on his list. What else do I think? I think he quite liked The Rocketeer, and I'm also going to go for Goodfellas.
Oh yeah, that's a good call. Yeah.
So that we've all made our predictions there, Gray. So would you like to tell us how many you've actually seen out of that 20?
Well, a lot of them, I'm like, I can't remember if I've seen that or not, but I'm pretty sure I must have seen it. So I went yes for that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Darren was closest, 12. I've put down.
Oh, Darren gets 3 points. Okay, top 3.
Pulp Fiction, Alien,
Yeah,
and Leon.
Oh, right.
Darren got 2.
All of us got Alien.
No, you got 1.
We all get 1 point for that. And we didn't get the other 2. Oh, did you say Pulp Fiction?
I think, Kyle, did you say Pulp Fiction and Alien?
Yeah, he did, yeah. So
Who?
Kyle gets
Kyle,
3
yeah.
points there. So at this stage in the game, Darren is winning on 4 points. Kyle is second on 3, and I'm lagging behind on 1. This is a disaster start. Right. Okay, Darren, we're going to now predict with you.
Gonna analyze me now.
Yes. Okay, so Kyle, how many of these do you think Darren has seen?
7.
How dare you?
I just don't see as an old movie file. Hillary Barta would have seen all of these, or at least the old one.
Gray.
I'm going to go 10.
Ridiculous.
I don't really hear him talking about watching films much. You know what I mean? He goes online and plays.
He had the telly on all the time. I think I'm going high again. I'm going 15.
I've never heard anything so daft. I'm just insulting all 3 of you. That's all. There's no clues. I'm just taking my shots.
Right, Kyle. What do you think his top 3 are?
Star Wars, Alien, and Creature of the Black Lagoon.
Great.
I'm going to go Star Wars, Alien, and Goodfellas.
I'm going to go Pulp Fiction. I think I'm going to go Blue Velvet. And I'm going to go Goodfellas.
Ooh.
Right. Okay. So, Darren, how many of these have you actually seen?
If you'd have gone for like 10 years later, it would have been high. But this is poor. 9.
Oh, Gray gets a point. Gray gets a point.
But you don't lose for going over?
More rule changing as we go along.
I said plus or minus 1, so you were +1. That's fine.
Yeah.
And what were your top 3?
There's some very good guessing from the panel on the top 3. Star Wars.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah.
Alien.
Oh, bloody hell.
Nearly collared it, Gray, but it was Pulp Fiction.
Oh, I
yeah.
Right. So, Kyle gets 3 for 2 out of 8. Gray gets 3 again, and I get 1. This is a disaster going on here. So the scores after 2 rounds is 6 to Kyle, 8 to Gray, who is winning, and I've got 2. I don't think we should play this game anymore.
Yes,
Right.
yes, we should.
So it's Kyle. We now need...
Are you sure I've got 8?
Yes.
I've only done one round.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
no,
you've got...
sorry. You've got 5.
Oh,
You've got 4. Sorry, you've got 5. No, you've got 5. Yeah, sorry. I added your score to Darren's score. But right in the
Thought something was going wrong.
It's 6-5-2. Right. Okay. Look, Kyle. How many of these do we think Kyle has seen?
I'm going to go 15.
15.
Oh, was it my turn? Sorry.
Yes, yeah, you can go 15.
Okay,
Darren?
15, I reckon.
Yeah. Gee, I don't know. Am I a cinephile?
Darren, how many of these do you think Kyle's seen?
I'm going to go for 13.
I think he's seen most of these. I think there's only 2 he hasn't seen. I'm going 18.
Wow, that's mega high.
I've been wrong every time so far, so I might as well keep up the tradition.
So you should have gone for the tactical vote and like just a couple more then, but you've gone all the whole hog there.
Yeah. Well, great.
I was spending too much time in strip bars to bloody well watch films. Probably all wrong. You've probably only seen 3.
No, they're probably showing them in the background of the strip bars. Right. What do you think Kyle's top 3 are, Gray?
I'm going Star Wars, Alien, and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Ooh.
You just were not paying attention. I actually said my favorite one.
Yeah, I was listening. Darren?
Actually,
I was too.
You're going.
Gray just switches off whenever Kyle opens his mouth, which is probably laudable.
Yeah. No, I was concentrating on what the posters were. We were told not to say anything about it, so I didn't realise Carl would break the rule straight away. Otherwise, I would listen.
Right, I'll go for
ignore the quizmaster's instructions.
I'll go for Leon, Goodfellas, and I reckon Once Upon a Time in America.
oh my God, you guys basically didn't pay attention. Let's see if Mark paid attention.
Leon, Blue Velvet. What am I going to go for? You definitely like Leon. I think I'm going to go with The Outlaw. No, wait a minute. No, wait a minute. He mentioned he was on about the. I think it might be Breathless. Right. Okay, then, Kyle. How many of these have you seen?
Greg got it spot on.
Gray got it 15. So Gray gets 3 points there. Okay, further in the lead. And your 3 favorites?
Well, you were very smart to change your last answer. So we'll give it to Breathless. I wasn't kidding when I said my life story in a movie, Sex, Lies, and Video. Nobody got that one.
Oh, yeah.
And that couldn't be a bigger layup.
Oh, so I get 2 points there. So I get 3 points there. And you guys get nothing. Right. Okay. So there's been a bit of a catch up there. Gray has gone to 9.
Do we get any points for Leon?
Gray has gone to 8. Oh, yeah, you did get a point for Leon. Yeah. Gray has gone to 8. I've gone to 5. Kyle stays where he is.
Is it only the closest person who guesses how many films they've seen that wins points?
If one either side, you get.
Oh, one either side.
You get a point. If you exactly get 3.
13 doesn't get it.
Darn
and
it.
You've got 3 on the first round, and you've got
1, Leon.
1, so you're on 4. Right. So scores with 1 round to go. I can't score any points in this round, so I'm not going to win here, guys.
Blue Velvet was hanging there. I couldn't help but laugh when Mark's thinking, Blue Velvet or Breathless, and I'm like, I'm making jokes about the Blue Velvet movie the whole damn time. If you guys haven't seen it, that's Dennis Hopper huffing through half that movie.
I've seen the film, but you
Right,
you said something about every single poster that you showed.
Oh,
So how are we to know which one is the one that is your favourite? When you said something about practically every single one of them. So there's not really a clue if you talk about every one of them.
Okay.
That remake of Breathless, though, oh my God, that remake of Breathless, it's a Silver Surfer homage from the word go.
Right. At this stage, Gray is winning. Kyle is second. I'm third, but can't score any points on the last one. And Darren is fourth, but can't score points. So you've got to guess how many of these I've seen.
Well, the bloody, I've done it wrong. I mean, when you said it's Dennis Hopper who's in Blue Velvet, was when he kept bringing that map?
He kept huffing. He was in like 4 of those movies.
I have seen that one then.
I mean, he was the main part in Easy Rider. He was the main part in Blue Velvet. He was in like 2 other movies.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think you've seen. I'm going to go 18.
Darren?
Well, hold on, Greg. What's his top 3?
No, we don't. Just tell me the number.
Everyone guesses how many he thinks
he
wants first, don't they? And then we have the guess on the top.
Oh, this is really tough with you, Mark, because I think this is right in your age sort of bracket, but I'm going to go 15.
I'm going 12. I think you guys are too high.
Okay. Gray, which do you think my top 3 are?
I'm going to go Pulp Fiction, Psycho, and Blue Velvet.
Okay. Darren?
Impossible to know with you, I'm afraid. Goodfellas, Easy Rider, Rocketeer.
Kyle?
Star Wars, Rocketeer, and Pulp Fiction.
Okay, so number of these I've seen, Gray spot on, 18. I've seen 18.
Wow, that's crazy.
3. I am a bit of a movie buff. The only ones I haven't seen are the Sophia Loren one. I haven't seen Red Shoes either. Other than that, I've seen them all.
Wow, that is some serious film watching there.
I've got a few years to have watched them in.
I wasn't going to say that, Mark. I was thinking that, but I won't say it. I won't say it.
If the films were 10 or 20 years further on, would it still be so high?
No, because there's a number of these, all the sort of, there's a number of these like Blue Velvet and Breathless and, Outlaw and, so Outlaw, for instance, they showed it at my school film club when I was about, 16. Right. My top 3, Gray again did best.
Wow.
So, Goodfellas. So Pulp Fiction, Blue Velvet, and Goodfellas. Goodfellas is one of my top 10 films of all time.
Did he get it spot on?
No, he didn't. He went for Psycho instead of Goodfellas, but he got 2 right, so he gets 3 points. You get 1 for Goodfellas, Darren, and Kyle didn't get any. Oh, yes, he did got Pulp Fiction. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so I'm afraid Gray is the way out winner this week.
Do you, Gray? Amazing.
Yeah.
14 points.
So we get to use it.
Kyle.
Gray amazing.
Kyle is next with a long way behind, but gets 7. Darren and me equal on 5. There we go.
Oh dear. Brenda's bollock bonanza. Busty Brenda's. Oh dear. We are here. The nursing home for geeks, it certainly is, yeah.
More like the asylum for
We're
geeks.
not guessing Kyle's favourite film. We're sort of can guess Kyle's favourite film. There we go. I thought it was quite good fun.
I knew
That
you
was a
liked
good
David
quiz.
Lynch. I
Let's do
just
a
didn't
quiz a
think
week
Blue
now.
That
Velvet
was interesting.
there.
That was a cool concept. Now
Yes,
what?
very, very good. You must
This
be
one, I
single-handedly.
bet none of the rest of you seen that, have you?
I don't think so. No, I don't believe I had.
That's really funny. You need to watch it.
I only just about
Okay.
know who Noel Coward is.
Oh, flipping egg.
He's the guy in prison in Michael Caine. Self-Preservation Society.
No,
Oh, you might be, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think he was in it. Yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, I think you might have been.
But he's a playwright.
Yeah.
What's that? The Italian Job. That's it. So when
Yeah.
Michael Caine's in prison, the person who rules the roost in the prison is
Yeah,
Noel
I think
Coward.
you're right. I think you're right.
Right.
I think you're right. But that is a very strange reason to know Noel Coward.
That's it. I think that's the only thing I've ever seen him in.
Did he not do
No,
some
he's
singing
not an
as
actor.
well?
He's a playwright.
Oh well, that
Did-
explains
did
it.
not
Then.
do
I've never read a play.
Did he not do some singing as well? Did he not have like Anything Goes? Is that
Yes.
not him? And
Did he
putting on
do
the
Mad Dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun?
Possibly. Did he put
Oh,
on
is
the
that
Ritz as
him?
well? Putting on the Ritz,
Where's that?
that one.
I think that might be Noel Coward. Yes, I think it could be, yeah. Was an actor.
Anything goes. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah.
Right, here's a question for you, just completely randomly. It was on a quiz show I was watching earlier. We'll start with Kyle though, because Kyle has to answer this one first because he's the least likely to know the answer. Name the 4 people who were in the Goon show. It's a UK group of comedians.
Okay.
And then I'll go for Gray, and then I think Mark will know all of them. So I'll
Well,
go Mark.
wouldn't that be Dudley Moore and his partner? And or
You're
am I-
sort of along the right lines, but it's a miss, that one.
I think I know 3 of them.
Go ahead.
I think I might know 4 of them. Possibly. It was Kenneth Williams in there?
No.
No? All right. Well, Harry Seacombe?
Yes.
Spike Milligan?
Yes.
And someone Gregory Horn or something, was he called?
No, it wasn't. No.
I knew Spike.
He did Around the Horn. Was that he wasn't,
No,
he
it wasn't
in
in
there?
it. No.
Okay.
I don't think he was. Or if he was, it wasn't one of the main ones. He might have appeared as a.
Right. So Harry Seacombe and Spike Milligan are the only 2 I know. Then.
Yeah, and also what's his name? The actor who played Inspector Clouseau, Peter Sellers.
Yeah, and one more.
Michael Bentine.
Well done, potty time.
I would have known 2 of those. I knew Spike Milligan. I would have come back with Spike Milligan and
Spike Milligan is
Peter
hilarious
Sellers.
guy, absolutely hilarious, but just not appreciated today.
I thought it was Spike Milligan, Peter Sellers, Dudley Moore, and damn his old writing partner. Who
One
was
of my
that guy?
one of my favorite ones to
Peter
watch.
Cook, yeah.
Peter Cook, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
that's
when
who I
he's-
thought it was.
No, it predates that a bit earlier than Dudley Moore and Peter Cook because it was radio, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a bit earlier than them, Kyle.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen is when Spike Milligan's accepting a lifetime award of comedy.
Oh yes, yeah.
When he
It is
calls Prince
just
Charles.
super.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Call him a
brilliant.
groveling git or something.
Yeah.
Spike Milligan used to have me creasing. I'm old enough to see him on television when he was.
Yeah, that was one of my
He did a
favorites.
series called Q9.
Yeah.
Which just, I mean, as a teenager, I just was on the floor with laughter. My parents didn't get it because it was surreal, sort of lunatic type comedy.
And he's a fantastic writer of books that make you laugh as well. I've read tons of them years ago.
Did you watch that clip I put up of Spike Milligan the other day?
What was it on?
Yeah, it was on the Geeky on our chat board. I put a clip to a Spike Milligan thing,
I would have probably done because I can't remember it though, but I would probably have done because I like Spike Mulligan. Yeah.
So he was being interviewed. No, he was on one of these panel interviews. He was there. And when the other guy was talking about, he was telling a story about, how back in the sort of early 50s, he'd been staying, that two of them had been staying with a landlady. And,
yes, I remember it very well, yeah.
And the steam.
Just saw Triple G's comment. That cracks me up. Busty bollocks.
And Milligan just completely breaks up and he says, right, I'm doing this show for free. He says, he just can't stop laughing. And he goes, I've spent my career trying to write really funny jokes, and a giveaway comment by a landlady is better than all of them.
Yeah, remember it, yeah. Don't put the piss pot under the bed because the steam rusts the springs.
And Milligan goes, how did she know?
Years of experience.
Did you know that they used to call it a gazunder?
A gazunder?
What?
Yeah, because under the bed.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly.
Oh, dear. Is that anything like a gazebo?
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Right, what are we going to do now to entertain ourselves?
Well, I would have shown the new
Bill
book,
doesn't
but
have
put one away by
reception.
accident.
So we're short. We've only got a team of 2.
Oh shit! Am I going to be called into action?
I think so. At the moment, we've only got 2. We've only got Gray and Bill. And even Bill says he's driving a car or something, so his reliability is not good. Triple G, are you still watching? Triple G, are you still watching? Are you up for a quiz? I think he's gone.
Is it this Monday?
Seen his comments sooner.
Yeah,
I wasn't checking.
Well, it will only happen if we got a team.
Yeah, we've only got one viewer at the minute. I mean, I can do it, Mark. It's just that I don't know anything about anything, and so my specialist subject will be catastrophic, and so will any general knowledge rounds.
You did all right last night. You did okay.
Yeah, but I spent a week swatting up.
Can I pre-record mine the day before?
I read every McFarlane Marvel, and then did loads of internet research as well.
If we switch days, Kyle, can you do it? Can you join me?
Yeah.
So if we switch to Tuesday, you could do it.
Not this Tuesday. I got medical appointments.
Okay.
I'm chock full of medical appointments. I got blood reads and eye tests.
Oh goodness.
Crap. But yeah,
so
Monday's just a no-go.
If we switch to Wednesday and start at 7, so we finish for the Geeky Weekly. Can you do Wednesday at 7, Kyle?
Which is 4 here. Should be no problem.
Okay. And then you'll be able to join us, won't you, Darren, because you'll have indoctrinated your new employee.
Well, look, again, I can join, but I'll be a catastrophe. So, and I have no idea I know what specialist subject I would want to do.
What would you want to do?
But I would want to do it justice, and so I wouldn't want to do it. If I was to choose, my stupid camera's gone funny. The next specialist subject I would want to do is John Byrne Fantastic Four.
Okay, that's all right.
But I would be a complete failure unless I'd had a chance to reread it all.
Well, you've read it once.
I've read it like 20, 30 years ago.
Okay.
I feel kind of reticent about doing swatting up because, like, it was swatted up and, like, literally none of the things that I looked up, like, ever came up in the quiz. Like, it's kind of like,
yeah, but I think your choice is quite good, Hawk and Dove, because I think you'll know the main facts about Hawk and Dove.
Yeah, it depends. But a while since I read them, I'm kind of more into like story and characters than like creators. I'm used to the creators and remembering issue numbers. Like,
I didn't ask any issue numbers.
No, that's good.
Well, I know I'm an expert on Hawk and Dove. There was a mid-80s 5-issue limited series by Liefeld and Kessel. How's that?
Yeah.
I know because I bought it back in the day.
Yeah.
That's the only fact I know.
Was Hawk and Dove, was it two brothers or was it a bloke and a woman?
Initially, it was two brothers, and then the brother died. Don Hall died during Crisis on Infinite Earths. I think a wall fell on him or something. And then Hank goes a bit mad for a while because he's chaos, and he didn't have order to compliment him and calm him down. And eventually goes off. A woman called Dawn Granger becomes the new Dove.
There you go. You've answered all next week's questions.
Yeah, you can't use that now. That's all the questions gone. Yeah.
Hank Hall becomes Monarch. Dawn Granger gets killed. Hank Hall becomes Monarch, and the Armageddon event is tied around him being Monarch. And then later on, he becomes Extant. And then later on, he's killed by Atom Smasher somehow. I think he kind of gets teleported into a crashing plane, like time shifted into a crashing plane, if I recall. And then he's alive again now. I don't know what happened there, how he came back. But Dawn came back as well. She was dead, and she came back in JSA. They sort of managed to find her like in some kind of other realm and brought her back. And at one point, they didn't even really show it very well. It was Dawn and her sister that we never knew about before, and her sister was Hawk, and her sister was from England. And it was like, so it must have been a long lost sister or something like that. And I think they all got killed in some Titans #1 or something like that. And everyone got killed, including Lagoon Boy and I think Hawk and Dove got killed and Power Man or something like that. Yeah, that was annoying. But anyway. So if you can ask those questions, Mark, that would help.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's giving me a clue what to ask to make sure you get the answers.
Oh dear. Well, I was hoping that your Bashfuls had arrived, Mark, today, because he sent them first class yesterday, but they didn't come.
Oh, great. Okay. How many are you getting?
There are 34 in the package. I don't know the numbers. I've just seen that photo.
Yeah.
And
well,
we'll see what's going on.
There's a few I want from the photo.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've only bought them for you. I have no other collectors of that, and I'm not expecting to get any.
Right, I'm going to grab a box and start going through it, because might as well, eh?
I'll grab a reserve one while you're doing that.
I think this is I don't know if I've shown this box before. It starts off with some artwork from Matilda Gothica.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, that's good. I think I've seen that before. It's pretty good.
It's Madame Xanadu, which is
there we go.
It's my Madame Xanadu box.
Yeah, I like these covers.
Yeah, they're great, these covers. My lighting is really terrible.
Classic.
This next one I bought, it's not Madame Xanadu, but it's a homage to the Madame Xanadu cover.
Yeah.
So
There's a number of homages. I've got that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen where Mike Kaluta said that Doorway to Nightmare cover is the favorite one he's ever did.
Yeah. Some great stuff on
Or the
there.
most fun, I guess. He said it was the most fun he ever had with one.
Is it the Doorway to Nightmare or the Madame Xanadu one? I think that one's better. It's got more on it, but
yeah, isn't that called Doorway to Nightmare #1?
No, this one is the Madame Xanadu one. Doorway to Nightmare is the
the Madame Xanadu one. That cover with the tarot cards. I wanted to get him on here to talk about it, but
that one with the tarot cards. That comic. Sort of it's like I'm like a magnet for that comic. I must have had about 10 or 12 copies of that. Every time I buy, when I buy a group of auction comics, suddenly that's in it.
Yeah,
it's a great comic, and I've got it signed by Brian Bolland.
This early 2000s Vertigo run's pretty good as well, actually. That's like 08. It's 2008.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I agree.
The covers are all nice.
Yeah, it's a nice run. It's undervalued run, that.
Sorry?
It's an undervalued run, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's got some good stories on it. It's got some great art as well.
Yeah.
So a lot of these guys I'd like to get on the show, but with the artistic temperament, either they're social butterflies or they're shut-ins, and they don't like being on TV. So
Yeah, I'm not really bothered about having people on anyway, to be honest. Just thinking, what's the point of getting people on there to have one person watching? It's a complete waste of their time. You know what I mean? I feel embarrassed.
yeah, but you get to talk to them about it, and people actually watch it. I really would have loved to pick Michelini's brain, but yeah, his brain's kind of giving him problems, so it's missed it by a few years.
Yeah, the thing is though, Carl, you get people on, and then you say, "Oh, I'll let you guys ask the questions," and it's like, I don't even know who this geezer is.
Well,
And then all you do is say, "I love your work. May I kiss your bottom like 3 or 4 times in depth?" And then you don't ask any questions. It's like, come on, man, ask some questions for God's sake.
Michelini did Hulk and Amazing Spider-Man, I reckon.
He was
he did a lot.
The second longest writer on Amazing Spider-Man after Peter David.
Yeah. But I mean, he wrote Demon in a Bottle. You know, I could talk all day about Demon in a Bottle. He co-created Venom, and McFarlane's still trying to screw him out of that.
Nice.
The problem with me is I've already asked most of these guys all the questions.
Who created the black suit? The symbiote suit?
The symbiote suit idea came from a reader. Jim Shooter bought it for $200.
Huh.
So there wouldn't have been Venom without the symbiote suit to start off with.
Well, Shooter wrote the symbiote concept, but they bought the idea off a fan that wrote in about changing Spider-Man's suit to black.
Hi, Kenneth.
And it just kind of morphed from that, and then the whole symbiote idea and things come from Shooter, Michelini, and McFarlane, and but morphed into Venom. I mean, it was one of the things that just started out a block of clay, and they worked it up. You know, who actually gets credit, but.
Yeah.
The finished product of Venom is definitely.
I've got most. I need about 4 or 5 of these to finish them off. I need to finish that series off.
What Xanadu?
I read like that
more recent that Graham's just showing. It's really nice to run.
I was reading.
Tell us, what's it about, Madame Xanadu?
She's like she ends up being a horror host. She's kind of a horror host in a way, but like more active. She's a tarot reader.
She's a horror host, but she gets involved. Like Phantom Stranger.
Yeah.
Because Phantom Stranger is a horror host. Sometimes he's just hosting other people's stories, but quite often he's in them. She's like
is a tarot card reader, and in the first sort of run, people come and visit her in her shop in somewhere in New York somewhere. I can't remember one part of New York. It's not Hell's Kitchen. I can't remember some part in New York. I'm sure it is. And
Greenwich Village, isn't it?
Yeah, Greenwich Village. I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. And she basically sees what's going to happen to them, and she helps them out quite often in the first.
Yeah, but she and the Phantom Stranger don't get on at all.
I think they've had some run-ins. Yeah. Some run-ins, but in the Spectre run, the 80s Spectre run, she's like his next door neighbor by accident or by design, and then in that she ends up being the villain practically because she's trying to steal Spectre's power for herself. I love the style on that one. You could tell how the decade that came out, or can't you?
I haven't got that one. This is another great run. You've got 2 great runs here. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Great
is this
run.
New Pickups, Gray, or just part of your old?
No. This is a couple of runs that I finished a couple of years ago.
I love that one. That's Neil Adams.
Yeah,
and that is the prototype Swamp Thing.
Yeah, this is a really bad condition. This one, it looks all right in the bag, and on this grainy camera.
Yeah, brilliant colours.
I think he's a cool character, Phantom Stranger. I'm not too keen on New 52, where they decided what his origin was. It's like it kind of defeats the object of him being a stranger. You know, I kind of feel they shouldn't have ever sort of said who he was.
Well, I thought it was still up in the air. There's no real They
No, in the
decided
new 52, the new 52, he comes out that he's Judas Iscariot. And
okay,
he's
wow.
basically doing things, good deeds to try and get. Because he's got like a
30 pieces of
belt
silver.
made up of 30 pieces of silver. Yeah, and he has to sort of every time he does a super good deed, he clears one. So he's waiting to. And I was like, okay. I preferred the mystery, to be honest, because I'm pretty sure at one point he was like almost like a Lord of Order, or sort of tied into the Lords of Order slightly. Like I had a feeling he was like, I don't know, between them, like between the Order and Chaos. I'm sure I remember reading hints of that in a story one time, maybe with Dr. Fate. But yeah, they change their minds and stuff, don't they, all the time? Yeah, I was just trying to say earlier. I read a modernish not Doctor Strange, Adam Strange, and I wasn't happy with it because like he's nearly cheating on Lana behind her back. She nearly cheating behind his back with some soldier guy, and I don't need that crap. They're like Alana and Adam Strange are lovers, and they're never going to do that kind of thing to each other. That's what I was deciding. Because I'm just used to them being such a great love story they've got. And I was like, no, I don't want to read this crap.
Don't spoil it.
Ruining my story, it was.
This is a long run.
It is. It's about
Quite
how many? About 40 issues.
Yeah, like 37, 42, something like that. It was good for the whole run.
I think it's 42. Bit of Deadman. Talking of which, where's Terry tonight? Anyone know?
Yeah, he's put a message in to say he's had 2 power cuts already, so he can't make it.
Oh gosh, it's annoying. Well, I've got the 4-issue miniseries as well, but they're all in one bag. I can't bother to take them out. But here he fights against.
Yeah, it's Mike Mignola.
Yeah, that's in my opinion, that's Mignola's best work.
I'm not keen on Mignola's art, to be honest.
Neither am I. That's why I think that's his best work. It's just kind of
I quite like it.
And you got this Vertigo one as well.
Yeah. Mignola did the covers on Death in the Family, or at least a couple of them.
Yeah.
He's an acquired taste like Alex Toth was, where it's more shadow heavy and things like that. And it worked well with Phantom Stranger. I mean, of course, Hellboy's great, but I'm not a big fan of his Hellboy art. I thought the Phantom Stranger was when you sat on your left hand for 20 minutes and then did your business.
All right, Carl, we don't need to hear it, mate. I knew what you said. You were going to say as soon as you said sit on your hand. That's not. I don't know. Is that called the Phantom Stranger? Is that what you call it? Okay,
that's what I thought it was called. It was the Phantom Stranger, or the Stranger, I guess.
I'm not sure you'd have the grip strength after sitting on your hand. Not. I haven't tried it, obviously.
Considering how I've lost grip strength in my left hand completely now. So
that's what happened. Is that what caused it?
Yeah. Lifetime of sitting on my hand.
You want to shake hands with a stranger, so you sat on your hand for too long, cut your blood off.
If I had an educated guess, I'd say in the last 3 months, my cancer spread and my body shut off.
But they've not. So it's not spotted anything, now, have they?
I'll know in a couple weeks.
I thought you were all clear last time, Kyle, in remission.
Clear doesn't mean anything with what I have. Clear means it didn't flare up. That's all it means.
Yeah.
It's just a waiting game for when it goes, because when it does, I'm fucked. Nothing else they can do other than scoop parts out of me. So when it decides it's going to go, it's going to go. I've been sitting on a ticking time bomb for 5 years.
Well, it ain't gone off yet, so fingers crossed.
And when it goes off, it goes straight to the pancreas and the bones. Both are 4B terminal. So it's just a waiting game.
Right, folks.
Those old covers of the Phantom Stranger are awesome, but those new ones did nothing for me at all.
No, they're not. They don't compare. Anyone recognise the art here?
Right, Ernie Colon.
Yeah. and Giordano.
But yeah, with what I got, remission means nothing. Unremarkable was what I went for. Was my numbers being unremarkable? Well, they're remarkable now. They're just not too high. But I'm out of the unremarkable stage, and at some point, it's just going to go from a 2 to a 20. A 2 I can live with. A 20 is going to kill me. So then it's all the mind fuckery, you know. That's it.
Yes.
You know, they're going to go, you got 6 months to a year.
Yeah, screw that, man.
Yeah, my vision's getting worse. My mobility's getting worse. Tuesday, I got my blood work and my eyes being checked. And the 30th.
Is this a local doctor you use, Kyle, or is it a specialist?
Oh, these are all specialists. When I have blood work and all that done, that's on oncology specialist. My regular doctor basically just told me I'm just ticking on as always, you know, keep taking my medicine, doing whatever. Leave it to my oncologist.
How much is all this going to the doctors costing you? I mean,
it doesn't cost
debt and that.
I can't even keep up. I can't even keep up with it. And they're trying to crash the insurance that I have, and they're trying to crash that I have, and they're calling me a waste of space, and they're saying veterans are meaningless and we're a slag on society. You know, they're basically calling us Soylent Green here. Got a South African fucking racist trying to dictate, you know, shit like that. And I may be weak and down, but I'll tell you what, any of these dumb fucks ever say it to my face, I'm going to knock some teeth out and record it when I do it.
It's a creepy baby.
Who's that?
Anyone recognise this artist?
It looks familiar. Who is it?
Let's just say we've had him on our show.
Tom Mandrake.
Yeah. Tom Mandrake. I like that one. He's got like a pentagram made out of bodies. That's pretty.
Oh, right, yeah.
That's pretty brutal. There you go. That's all my Nightfalls. 3 series of Nightfalls.
So
what's that about, Carl? I've never read any Nightfalls.
What's Nightfalls about?
Yeah.
It's basically a team of supernatural investigators, but they're all human. None of them have got any superpowers. Apart from like Baron Winters, who's got some. Baron Winters kind of gets them together. He's got this mansion that can sort of travel through time, but he's a bit awkward about being able to leave it himself. So he has to get like a team together. It's normally just normal people, and like they investigate whatever needs to be investigated. Basically, try and stop whatever the supernatural horror is.
Paranormal investigators. Excuse me.
Most of the time, the people who investigate die. Quite often, they seem to die. It's not like a recurring team that much because, you know, it's I don't know. It's a dangerous business. Cthulhu Tales.
I think
so your nose isn't like that when you go, Kyle.
Yeah.
Aren't Cthulhu tails on your face?
They were earlier. They were tentacles, not tails.
I reckon Lovecraft's very out of fashion, isn't he? Very forgotten about.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think he's always. There's always a Lovecraftian sect.
Yeah, so much stuff that's like what they call Lovecraftian. Any kind of cosmic horror or anything like that. He's had such a massive influence on it.
Yeah.
There's so many heavy metal bands who are Cthulhu and Lovecraftian. There's so many horrors that are Lovecraftian. And
It's
the
never
Cosmic
really
Horror
Lovecraft and
one is
H.R. Giger.
It's never really
influenced
been
by him.
mainstream, Darren. It's always sort of bobbling along there in the sort of cult sort of geeky.
Except the occult is so scary. The religious right over here is fervent to get rid of them because they're so
I
dangerous.
still need some of those.
Yeah, I think I've got one or more that I need or something. But I actually went to London Lovecraft Festival. Was it the end of last month? I saw the Mountains of Madness. The Mountains of Madness reading. It was quite cool.
Didn't the B-52s do a song about him?
I've no idea.
The Lovecraft is a little.
That was Love Shack, you dope. Foolish boy. So every year I do a Lovecraft themed heavy metal show. Cthulhu Mass. The first Sunday after Christmas is Cthulhu Mass on my podcast. Right, Miss Tonic.
Dr. Seuss, Cindy Lou Cthulhu. That makes
got
for a
that.
good story.
Cthulhuese. There's one called Cthulhuese. I've got that comic. Right, here's
Oh,
another
I've had
Lovecraft.
that one in the shop, yeah.
The Lurking Fear. I think I actually saw a show, like a version of that at a previous London Lovecraft Festival. I must have been about 5 times now, 6 times. So been quite a few times to the London Lovecraft Festival. Last year I went, and there was like one of the people doing the reading was like a trans woman, and she was putting on like a woman's voice. Well, you know, and it was too quiet. So it was a bit annoying.
You should have said, "Speak up, love."
Yeah, I know.
No.
I was thinking that wouldn't be kind. So I've nearly finished this run now. I've got one more to go to finish my Journey into Mystery run, which of course everybody knows the importance of the Journey into Mystery run in Marvel Comics. It's the first appearance of the Necronomicon in Marvel Comics, is in one of the Journey into Mystery issues. I think it's issue 2. It could be issue 4. I can't remember now. It's either 3 or 4. The first appearance.
The 70 series or the 50 series?
No, this is the 70 series.
Is it in that series or is it in the 50s when the first appearance?
No, it's in this series, which is why I bought it. I'm not going to look it up and then buy the wrong series. What'd it take me for? I am stupid, but I'm not an idiot. So this is the one that's missing, number 7. Number 7 is my missing one. This is a good story. I made a video of this one on my channel. Timbu Bar, the World Smasher. That's a funny story. This one, Big O showed on Cover Slingers this week.
Oh, yeah, and got slated.
Don't know why. I like that cover. I thought it was cool.
It's just a bit downplayed.
I don't know. No, but I just show whatever comes up now. I can't be bothered. I'm not going to bloody win anyway, so I just show whatever's bloody quickest, closest at hand. There's no second guessing Matilda or the blinking jury, so I just whatever. Just grab something that'll do the trick. I'm pretty sure my choices for this week are going to get slated.
What's the theme this week?
Battle of the Sexes.
Oh, wow.
This is the one I got. Just read this one. Yeah, that's the last one, number 19. Right, then we got The Heap.
I've never heard of that.
Heap.
I've never heard of that.
Skywald.
Yeah, it's a great cover.
That's the first bog monster by decades.
but not
Even
that.
though
not this
that's
version
like
of it,
the
though.
72 or 1969 series, but the heat goes back to the golden age.
I think is it Airboy or something like that? I'm sure he's in Air. Is it Airboy he's in?
Yeah, something like Airboy in 1947 or something.
This Curse of the Weird is all reprints, and there's a reprint of the first appearance of the zombie. Is it Garth?
Simon Garth.
However, Simon Garth, yeah, from Menace number something or other. And I did that for one of my Halloween videos once. So there you go, Curse of the Weird. And there's the zombie. These last few modern, Matilda gave me these. She picked them out and then she read them and sent them to me. A Creep Show. Some quite good art on them.
What comic company is Creepshow based on?
Comic Company. I was EC, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the Crypt Keeper from EC.
Well, it's based on the Stephen King film.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's all EC stuff. That
Yeah.
Creepshow thing, it's all
Style.
EC stuff.
This is a good one. No reading comic books. Spinner Rack of Death.
I think I know where that came from.
Well, you may be wrong. You might not be right because I reuse bags and balls all the time. So it might have been.
And you don't remove the stickers.
No, sometimes I do.
No, it's a real problem because sooner or later, Gray's going to like sell or pass on or whatever his comics, and people will think that Splat Comics hasn't got a clue how to grade.
Yeah, you'll be gone by then, hopefully, mate. I mean, so well, you know, I don't want to wish you ill, but I'm pretty. Yeah.
What I find it really weird when I'm watching somebody selling comics because I write on the back of my comic about it, right? And occasionally I'm watching somebody selling comics and they turn it around and I can see it's obviously come from me because it's got my writing on the back of it. It's all a bit weird.
What's Stephen King's famous line from Creepshow that he said?
I can't remember that, but he gets turned into a plant, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He finds a meteorite and he starts turning into a plant. I can't remember what he says.
Meteor shit.
Meteor shit.
It's meteor shit.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. He goes all planty, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Anyone got anything they want to show?
Well, I've got some other ones I want Mark's advice on whether to CGC or not. But
well, I got some slabs today at the auction. I didn't go to buy these, but nobody was bidding, so I got them cheap. So Avengers number 8.
It's got to be.
It's Avengers number 8 in a 9.8.
Yeah, reprint.
It's the facsimile.
Oh yeah, of course it is. You see the barcode.
Yeah,
when I picked it up for 30 quid, I can flog it on for 40 or 50.
You cannot beat 9.8s. They're how much does it cost to send it and get it slabbed?
Well, exactly. So it costs you 30 to 40 quid to get this sent off and get them slabbed. And these are guaranteed. These are all reprints, but they're guaranteed. You haven't got all the stress of worrying about is it going to come back at 9.8? Because if it's not a 9.8, it's worth nothing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah,
if it's a modern comic, it's got to be a 9.8.
Yeah.
So
buy them already done.
Buying them as 9.8s, you eliminate that risk.
Totally.
And so slabbing costs 30 to 40 quid. So if you buy one of these for 30 quid, it's like you paid for the slabbing and the comic's free.
Someone put a post on Facebook and said they'd just come out of the local comic shop. This is in the UK. And the local comic shop had got 3 boxes full of 9.8s and so on slabs for £10 each.
Well, he needs to buy them all.
If I was there, I would have done. But I think it was in Scotland somewhere. Look at that.
So I did check to see whether there was any pigeon crap on this or any sparrow or bird shit on it. And there wasn't. So I know it hadn't come from Darren.
Speaking of sparrow shit, who's just turned up?
Bill.
Asshole. Hey guys. Well, I think we're finally in an area where I'll have Wi-Fi for a little bit. But we're like in the middle of bumfuck Texas right now on the way back from Dallas to San Antonio, and we're going the back way rather than hit the highway because the highway is just a mess today.
Yes,
So,
I have.
yeah, so we went to my best friend's dad passed away, and so we went to his funeral, and all the festivities that go with it the last 2 days. But we're headed back home now, and I have to work tomorrow at the store, so it's one of those things. I'm gonna have to. I'll probably wind up going to sleep early tonight because I'm pretty exhausted. It's been a long trip, but Blanca's been a real hero. She's helped me a lot through the trip, and she's driving right now, so I'm able to be on the show. But it's I want you guys to see, if you can. This is Marble Falls, Texas, and we're about to pass a large body of water, and I wanted you guys to see. It's really beautiful. It's the Colorado River, and there
See
it
the
is.
clouds.
Maybe puts it down.
Can you see that? Can you see it?
I'm just thinking, I'm sitting here looking at it, wondering if I can't really see it very well. I thought, why don't I fucking put it on the full screen like an idiot?
Are you crossing a river?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Colorado River,
Oh.
which is one of the largest rivers in the United States. And then
So it goes through Texas as well as Colorado.
What Coors beer is made from?
Yeah, well, no, Coors beer,
Colorado
Coors beer is
Kool-Aid.
made from mountain piss, but it's not really.
I had some Coors when I was there when I was 13 years old. I didn't mind it at the time.
Coors is. My dad loved Coors beer, and I never understood why, but it's bad.
It says, did it not say on it Colorado Kool-Aid? I sure it said that on the tins when I was there.
It's Well, we always call it mountain piss, but yeah, it's Colorado Kool-Aid works. Well, they used to make it because Colorado is in a higher what do you call it, Blanca? Higher altitude.
Elevation.
They kept everybody to 3.5 beer, which is nothing, because they said that because of the altitude, if they let you drink like 4 or 5% beer, you'd be crazy, and that's not true. And they don't really do that anymore, but they did it for a very long time.
I don't know. I'm a Stroh's drinker, so I can't knock anybody's alcohol of choice.
Well, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I always liked Stroh's, and you can't find it down in Texas anymore, but Yingling is a beer that just came to Texas about 2 years ago, and it's a pretty
These
good
aren't
beer.
beers. These are silly noises that you guys are making.
Yeah, Strode.
No,
Stroh
and Yingling, yeah.
Yingling.
Yingling
Honestly.
is the oldest brewery in the United States, actually.
Yingling?
Yingling.
Was it brought over from China?
No. It's an American beer. And Yingling is not a Chinese. It sounds like a Chinese name, but it's not. Yeah.
Is it Yingling Tiddly Po?
No. Smart ass. But
Stroh's is a German beer, but they water it down here.
That was Goon Show.
Yeah, it was Goon Show. Was it Spike though? Or was it all of them?
Yeah. Was it Spike Milligan or was it
people drink a lot of Guinness here these days, in the States. Well, they have for years, but
yeah,
they've been pouring a lot more money into advertising in the last few, and they have Jason Momoa as their spokesperson. So, right now it's as hot as it's ever been. But look at this. This is Big Sky country, fellas.
Okie dokie.
And there's a cow. And
big clouds anyway.
There's I think we may go buy an emu farm soon. The emus are quite popular here now in this part of Texas.
Can you get
Pets
emails?
or as food?
For both. And
Right.
we also have buffalo through part of this area. But Angus, black Angus, are one of the more common animals you'll see here. And look at this. Look at this. It's just, this is kind of probably what you guys think of when you think of Texas. I would guess.
I
Is
was
it a
just
single
thinking,
horse, a single cowboy hat? I bet you're not even wearing spurs.
I'm not wearing spurs. No, I am not. But the
Nah.
spurs, and no one wears spurs in San Antonio, but it is the
Yeah.
name of our basketball team.
All I'm
and
saying,
you guys
no
have a team.
cowboy hats, no horses. It could be Cleethorpes for all I know.
Yep. Well, look. Here's the sign for Austin. So you know you're in Texas.
Okay.
Oh, road
But,
sign.
Yeah,
The
and we'll
roads
be
are pretty
going through.
wide.
Blanca will be driving through Blanco in a minute, which is kind of funny. But
Okay.
Is that where he lives, Austin?
huh?
Is that where he lives, Austin Powers? Spy who shagged me.
No, he doesn't live in Austin.
I thought he just drove
Smart
past his
ass.
house.
No, he. I think Mike Myers has moved back to Canada because he's fed up
Is
with
Austin the
all
capital?
the stuff going on here. Austin is the
Yeah.
capital of Texas. Yes.
Mike
Yes,
Myers
it
is
is.
doing some hilarious impersonations of Elon Musk at the minute on Saturday Night Live.
Oh my God, he is. God, you talk about a moron. He is just.
I guess you guys
And
are going
you know
out to
what?
buy Teslas after you saw the advert from the White House.
Well, I don't know why people are like, oh, you go, Elon, go, and it's like, what? Why?
Yeah.
Why would anyone want any billionaire, regardless of their party, to be, make decisions for them when they don't know what it's like to be a working man
Are you
anymore
sure?
or working woman?
Are you sure they weren't saying "Go, Elon"?
Yeah,
Go,
go.
go, Elon.
They're saying,
Out.
go. Yeah. Go
Fuck
back to
off,
South
Elon.
Africa, you dumbass. But no, it's man, we have a lot of mesquite trees in this area, that's for sure. That's mesquite is they use
Is it
mesquite a
the
lot for
state
barbecue
tree?
here in Texas. Yeah, the wood for
It's a state tree, is
they're
it?
kind of maple kind of trees. In a second, like that is a mesquite tree. These are mesquite trees.
What's the state motto?
And their
hey,
state motto?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't
hey,
know.
do they grind those up and make cereal out of them and call them mosquitoes?
Fuck knows.
No,
That's
they
a pretty
do
good.
not. No, they do not.
That's a pretty good motto.
Great motto, that works for me. Fuck knows.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and then they're doing something so stupid now. The moron in charge is like, yeah,
Oh,
I
here
want
you
to
go.
make it. I want to make it a felony if anybody vandalizes Tesla products or Tesla things. And it's like, yeah, you pardon insurrectionists burning down the Capitol, but you want to make it a
and let
domestic
bloody well
terrorist.
people traffickers come into the country and freaking the Tate brothers. Your state motto is just one single word, Bill. Can you guess it?
Can you guess it, Blanca? What our state motto is?
It's not bollocks.
Bravery.
Independence.
Friendship.
Friendship.
It should
Wow,
be
I had
bullshit.
no idea. That's hilarious.
How shit, surely.
Our driving phrase is drive friendly in Texas.
Okay.
So,
Do you know what the anthem of Texas is?
What is?
The anthem of Texas.
The stars at night are big and bright.
No, that's
the
not
Yellow
it.
Rose of Texas.
It's wait, is it the Yellow Rose of Texas? No, it's I don't. Yeah, I guess it is Yellow Rosa, Texas. Or is
According
it,
to Wikipedia, the anthem of Texas is Texas Our Texas.
Oh yeah, but you never hear that. It's Texas.
I don't hear it. I'm not in Texas.
Like J.R.R. Tolkien and George R. Martin.
So do you
Texas,
guys?
our
I know,
Texas.
Kyle. I know you know. So
Do you know what the
yeah.
largest city in
But do you
Texas
know
is?
the 2 states? Do you know the 2 states in the United States that were once countries?
Houston. The 2 states what?
That were once. You know this, Kyle. So don't answer. The 2
Okay.
states in
Well,
the
once-
United States that were once countries.
Used to be what?
What are the 2 states in the United States that were once their own countries?
Oh. Well, Texas used to be part of Mexico, didn't it? So it was like part
No,
of another
no,
country.
no. Well, yeah, but Texas is one of them. Texas was a country when
Was it?
the Alamo happened.
I'm
And
going
can
to
you
go
tell me?
Alaska.
No,
Alaska.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, exactly, Hawaii, and those are the only 2 states I've ever lived in. So that's
Okay.
why I'm an independent cuss, is because I'm from states that were their own countries. But yeah,
Well,
but
I think what you need to do, Bill, to keep up the trend, you need to move to Canada because that will be the next one.
geez, you know,
Let's have some
Or
questions.
Greenland. No, Greenland.
No,
Go to Greenland, Bill.
I would reckon.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to get annexed.
Red, white, and blue land, you mean?
Anyway.
Let's have some
But,
Indiana questions. You're in Indiana, ain't you, Kyle?
Yeah.
What's your state motto?
Fuck, it's on the flag and everything. It's on my license plate.
NASCAR. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know. Born to serve.
Born to serve.
No.
You know, Kyle?
I can't even remember, and it's on the goddamn flag.
Crossroads of America.
That's not our motto, is it?
Yeah,
Is
according
it?
to Wikipedia.
So,
Do you know what your national anthem, what the anthem of the state is?
Yeah, the Wabash.
Yeah.
Wabash
On the bank-
Cannonball?
On the banks of the Wabash,
Wabash.
far away.
Oh.
Jim Neighbors sang that every year.
Hey, I have a question, a trivia question for you guys. What do you know what the state bird of Texas is?
The Emu
Roadrunner?
Phillips.
No, not the
Emu Phillips is the Emu
That's
Phillips.
stupid, but that's
The
funny.
emu.
But it's stupid.
The emu.
Is it the
It's the Roadrunner, isn't it?
No, it isn't. You
I always
may
said Roadrunner.
you may think it's making fun of you.
Is it the Whippoorwill?
It's the mockingbird.
Oh.
The mockingbird.
State bird of
Okay.
Indiana is easy. It's a cardinal.
Really?
Okay.
That's shocking. I wouldn't have guessed that.
I want to go to Arkansas and Connecticut.
Yeah.
It's Arkansas and Connecticut.
It's
Right.
Arkansas. Read the letters. And Connecticut, there's another C.
Yeah, and it's also not Massachusetts. That
Yeah.
I could give 2 shits about Massachusetts. I can't say it right now.
Right,
Man,
Bill.
two
Bill.
shits.
Bill. You need to
Yeah.
play our game, okay? I'm going to show
Okay.
you. I'm going to show you 20 movie posters, and you need to look at them, work out how many. Keep it to yourself. How many of these have you seen, and what are your top 3 favorites of these movies? Okay.
Okay.
Don't give anything away, Bill. We're going to be asking you questions. We're going to be figuring it out later.
Okay.
That's the first one. Second one is Blue Velvet. David
Okay.
Lynn. Third one is Breathless by Jean-Luc Godard.
That's a good one.
Don't say anything like, "Oh, that's my favorite. I saw that yesterday." Don't say things like that because we're going to guess that shit.
In space, nobody can hear you scream, Bill.
Okay.
Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit.
Okay.
A Rage in Harlem.
I don't even know that.
Well, that's one you didn't know. Red Shoes.
Okay.
That's not Bill's favourite then, that one.
No, I just have never heard of it before.
Rocketeer, and you need to keep this to yourself, Bill. Rocketeer.
Okay.
This next one apparently is an autobiography of Kal-El, Sex, Lies and Videotape.
Should be Sex, Lies, the Potato Men, shouldn't it?
None of us had ever heard of this one. Star Wars.
Sex Lies on Videotape. That's me.
Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down.
That was one of my uncle's favorite movies.
Tie me up, tie me down, sport. Tie me kangaroo down,
Lorraine
sport.
in Woman of the River.
Oh.
A man went looking for America and couldn't find it. Tagline to what movie? Bill, do you know?
Christopher Columbus. No, I don't know. Oh, Easy Rider. Oh, that's right. Oh, I didn't know that was a tagline for that. That's a great movie.
Oh, he's done it again.
Oh, sorry. Blanca's laughing at me too.
Good fellas.
Yeah, shouldn't have given instructions. You know he can't follow them.
I can't.
You know, the one person who has the patience of a saint is Blanca, I think.
Oh, she does. Oh, 100%.
Leon.
Blanca, you know that river you just passed? I mean, it must have been so tempting to just throw open the door and kick him straight out, right?
Once Upon a Time in America. We think this is the longest of the movies we're showing today.
Oh, wow.
The Outlaw with Jane Russell.
Yep.
Okay. Do you know what movie had the had this advertisement? £10,000 if you die of fright. The first person who dies of fright while seeing this film is insured for £10,000.
Frenzy?
The Pit and the Pendulum.
Oh, that wasn't even that scary.
Oh,
Sorry.
Pulp Fiction. And the last one, okay, so hopefully you've been keeping account of how many of these you've seen.
Okay.
Psycho. So, Bill, you need to, without telling us, how many, you need to work out of 20 how many of those you've seen. Okay.
Okay.
Keep that number in your head. And you also in your head, don't tell us what are your top 3 from that 20 movies.
Okay.
Have you got those numbers and the names
Yep.
of the 3 movies? Right.
Yep.
We are now going to guess. We're now going to play a guessing game, and we're going to guess to see who knows you best. Okay.
Okay.
So we're going to start with Gray. With Gray, how many of those do you think Bill has seen?
I'm going to go 13.
13. Kyle, how many do you think?
10.
Kyle, how many do you think you've seen? 10. Darren, how many do you think of those that Bill has seen?
I reckon the top and the bottom of the range has already been said, 10 and 13. So I'm going to go for 11.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go play for the top of the range and go 14. Right. Don't tell us yet, Bill.
Okay.
Right now we need to guess your. We're going to guess your top 3. So,
Okay.
Gray, what do you think Bill's top 3 are?
Star Wars, Alien, and Pulp Fiction.
Kyle?
Rocketeer, Blue Velvet, and Star Wars.
Darren?
Still working it out. Goodfellas, Easy Rider, Blue Velvet.
Yeah, I think Blue Velvet as well. I think Pulp Fiction and Psycho. Okay, right. So let's start off with the number of these you've seen, Bill. How many of those have you seen?
13.
Oh, great!
Yeah,
Get in there!
yeah,
Come on!
Blanca wants
This
to
is game
vote
or what?
on- Blanca
Greg
wants to
got
vote on
3 of the
three
4 of
movies.
us right on the number.
Blanca wants to vote on the 3 movies. Hold on.
Oh yeah, Blanca. Yeah, you can pick. We're gonna guess you in a minute, Blanca. Okay. So don't
No,
say
she's going to
anything.
give his 3 movies.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
no-
say anything, Blanca. Okay, we're going to come to you in a sec. Don't say anything yet. Right. Oh, sorry. She wants to pick your 3 movies.
Yeah, she wants to pick my 3.
Oh, Blanca, what do you think his favourite 3 are out of those?
Just a minute, just a goddamn minute. Do you know how long it's been since we've had a hot chick like this on the show?
Never.
Pulp Fiction, Star Wars, Easy Rider.
Right.
Is she right?
Okay. So let's start. So we've had Gray is today's he's won this completely hands down tonight. I got 1 point for 14. Right, your top 3 movies out of those I've just shown.
The Professional, which is also called Leon, but it was called The Professional over here.
So you're with Kyle. Kyle had that as one of his as well.
Yeah, well, they called it Leon.
And me.
Over there, they call it, yeah.
Yeah. And,
Yeah. Psycho.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot.
And it's a toss-up, but I'm gonna say Pulp Fiction. It's between Pulp Fiction and Blue Velvet, but I'm gonna go for Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
Okay.
Star Wars.
So
one,
well, I did better than your wife there, Bill. So I got 2 out of 3, and Blanca only got 1. So I know you better than your wife, I'm afraid.
But she got 1. That's good.
I would have said The Professional, but I would have known.
She would have said if she'd known Leon was the professional. She said,
Yeah.
and she would have, because we saw. So my good friend Dave Hay, who became a somewhat famous film director, and directed a small movie called Hard Scrambled with Kurtwood Smith. He was the guy who turned us on to Pulp Fiction and The Professional.
Yeah.
And we also saw Blue Velvet with them, but that was years after it came out. But yeah, so Blanca knew Blanca.
I didn't know Pulp Fiction and Leon were the same. So that's
No, The Professional.
The
And,
Professional.
yeah. But that was a real popular movie for Blanca and I. The first couple years we were married.
All right.
We really enjoyed that movie.
And what does Star Wars and Leon have in common?
The
The Star Wars franchise.
Natalie
Yeah.
Portman.
Was
Was
it-
both.
yeah.
The Star Wars
what was it?
franchise, not the movie. Natalie Portman.
Oh.
But
She was a little girl in Leon, was she?
That was
She
her
was
first
Matilda.
movie.
She was the young girl in Leon, Professional.
Right.
But
Yeah, I'm
and that's
useless at remembering people.
and
I
that's
don't know people. I
Luc
know, let
Besson
alone people
movie.
in films.
Luc Besson, of course. What's the science fiction classic?
Fifth Element.
Yep, Fifth Element. He's done another one. He's
Super
doing
Green.
another one soon that's
Hey,
about to come
Tempest.
out. That's supposed to be good. So hey, Tempest,
The Fifth Elephant.
the Fifth Elephant? No, the Fifth Element.
No, I prefer The Fifth Elephant.
Yeah, the Fifth Elephant. Yep, this is it.
Is the
Oh,
Fifth
it's over-
Element where they do
Oh,
pre-crime?
guess what? They don't have it anymore. It's closed.
Is it what?
Is it
Yeah,
the Fifth Element where they do pre-crimes? So
I'm
they
sorry.
determine your.
No,
that's what- is
that's Tom Cruise. That's
Yeah. Something.
So So we're in the
Protocol, is
small
it that
town.
protocol or department or?
We're
I
in
can't
this
remember.
small
I thought
town
Fifth
right now
Element
called
was
Blanco. I was telling y'all about. It's Tex
All right,
Crest.
Steve.
But this town has, I think, 3 or 4 fairly large breweries. It's a very small town, but they have a fairly large brewery here called Real Brewery, and I'm gonna we haven't passed it yet, have we? You can't really see it from the road, so it's not really worth trying to show it to them. But I will show you. There's this place that we're going to pass in a second. That is, I think it's a winery. I'm not sure, but the place at the top of the hill, and it's really cool. You guys are going to like it. It almost looks like something you'd see in England or in Europe.
Is it Falcon's Crest?
It's not Falcon Crest. No, it is not. But it's I think it's also a B&B now. It's interesting, but we'll have to get a little closer so you can see it. But it's sitting perched right on top of a pretty high hilltop here in the hill country. Let's see if you can see it now. It's right there in the distance. It almost looks like a tower, or well, it is a tower kind of, but it's about a 6 or 7 story building, but it looks very European. And can you see it yet?
No, look, it's flat ground more or less.
So, what? So,
Kind of far, but
have you driven?
Can
Have
you
you
see it now?
Bill, have you driven there and back in a day?
No. We drove up Monday night to Dallas, and which is where my friend Dave lives. His parents live in a town. Oh, here it is. Hold on. Can you see it now?
On top of the hill.
Yeah.
A very
You think
tall
so,
tree.
yeah.
And
Yeah, I see it.
It's a bit European, isn't it? It does look like something
it does
you've
look
seen.
European, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, something like you've
Like a
seen
windmill.
Germany. Yeah.
And they
It's
advertise
Castle Von Doom.
Yeah, weddings with views is what they call it as, for whatever reason. But so now is as good a time as ever to do what I normally do on this podcast. It's time for some Purple Haze.
I thought you were off the beer.
Yeah. Oh no, I mean I'm not drinking very much. Oh, here's another one. This one is really interesting.
Oh, you frozen?
Perfect
Yeah.
place
See
to
that?
breathe. He looks possessed.
His camera works not very
It's
good.
really
I'm
cool.
assuming you can't see.
But and then check this out. Check this valley out. This is really nice. It's beautiful today.
Hey, Bill,
A
how
little
green are your
overcast.
valleys?
How green is
Right
his
now,
valley?
pretty damn green. You know, but you know, but then you go this way and it looks, you know, like we need some rain. but the it's starting to get hot again, sadly. I mean, we only have about 6 weeks of really winter type weather here. And
Oh, look,
we are
big sky
on San
country.
Antonio.
Look, there's big sky.
Yep. Big sky. Yeah, shocking. But you know, it's always nice to get away and to you don't see this in the cities, of course. But we'll get home. I guess we're gonna hit traffic, but it says we'll get home in an hour and 28 minutes. But it probably is gonna take us like 5 hours to get home.
Yeah.
Something like that. We made some stops, but Yeah, but
How long a journey was it? How long was the distance?
so on it's further to Dallas than it is Granbury, where Dave's parents live. And so we went to Dallas the first day, and Dave lives in Dallas. And we had some fantastic barbecue Monday night with Dave and his brother. His brother is retired and a few years older than us, and he lives all over the world because you can live. Hey man, what's up? You doing all right, Tim?
All right.
So he lives. He can live in other countries a lot cheaper than the U.S. of course, and so he will live in a country for a year, and then come back to the U.S. for a little bit, and then go to another country. And currently he's living in Vietnam, and he got there maybe a week or two before his dad passed away, so he had to come all the way back, and he's really jet lagged, and it's really, kind of been a tough, few weeks. So we went to Dallas, and Dallas takes about 6 hours, right, Blanca?
Yeah.
More or less. But then from Granbury back to San Antonio is closer to 4 hours. So Granbury is actually about an hour and a half from Dallas, and it's kind of in between Dallas and Fort Worth. Dallas and Fort Worth are about 30 miles apart from each other, and they call that DFW, or the Metroplex. And it's Dallas is a little smaller than San Antonio, but when you put it together with Fort Worth, it's one of the larger metropolitan areas in the state, other than Houston. Houston is massive. Houston has 4 million people. So
Houston, we have a problem.
Houston, we've got a problem. It's Houston, but
I've got a trivia for you guys. How much bigger than the UK is Texas? How many UKs could you fit into Texas?
7.
That's not the answer I've got here.
6, 8,
Yeah,
4.
Yeah, just one guess, mate. One guess. Don't be greedy. Which one you going for?
5.
I say 7, but you already told me I'm wrong. But I'm going to stick to it.
Yeah,
Blanca,
what else want to have a guess?
4.
4.
9.
Blanca says 4.
Well, right. Well, according to this search that I've done, which could be absolute lies, it's 5.3 times as big.
Wow.
Oh, so that's just England. It's lied to me. That wasn't England. That was England, not UK. Give me the wrong bloody well fact. Never mind.
No, I'm going to be right. I'm going to be right at 4 then, aren't I? If you do UK,
Maybe, yeah.
Yay,
I
Blanca.
typed in the search UK, and it's come back with the answer for England. So England fits into Texas 5.3 times, apparently, which wasn't the bloody question I asked, but never mind.
Well, look, Blanca's having a good time on the show today. She really is.
Cool.
And she doesn't like me to like showing her because she
follow-up question.
Yeah.
Follow-up question. How many US states are larger than the UK?
7.
3.
47.
No.
8.
Oh, bit higher.
9.
No. It says here 11 US states are larger than the UK.
Wow.
Again, this is just another search. But I can't remember. I did a while back. I did a US Florida, show for my podcast.
Florida, Texas,
the UK,
Georgia, Alaska, California, Texas, of course.
That has to put like Indiana and Alabama and Louisiana and them into play then.
Think?
I've got the list here.
Okay, let's hear it.
Oregon.
Yeah.
Nevada, California, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Michigan, Texas, and Alaska.
Wow. But not Florida. That's weird. I would have thought Florida's a pretty large state. That's interesting. But
No, I think you're. I know it's shaped like a willy, but I think you're lying about the size of it, Bill. It's only a little thing.
we have a
There's
lot
a lot-
of radio
I think
towers here.
There's a lot
in
of
Texas.
a lot of sea in Florida, a lot of ocean,
Yeah.
which
Oh.
doesn't count.
Right, Tempest, you have to play our
How
game
big is
now.
Mars?
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to show you 20 movie posters, right? I want to know how many of these you've seen. Keep it to yourself.
Right, okay.
And what are your top 3 of these? And then we're going to guess to see
All right.
how many, see if we know you well. I knew Bill better than his wife. Right. First one is Psycho. Second one is Pulp Fiction. I reckon you've seen both those. Next up, it's £10,000 if you die of fright when you're watching The Pit and the Pendulum. Jane Russell in The Outlaw.
Also known as Twin Peaks. I'm
I'd
kidding.
like to roll in the hay with her. Once upon a time in America. Popular film tonight, Leon, or The Professional if you're in the States. Goodfellas. It's Here. A man went looking for America and couldn't find it anywhere. Bill's also struggling. Easy Rider. Sophia Loren in Woman of the River. Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. A film by Almodovar.
Nova. No, I'm kidding.
Almodovar. There you go. Nobody'd heard of this one. Star Wars.
Obscure, very obscure film.
Very obscure. Yeah.
This is Kyle's autobiography. Sex, Lies and Videotape. Rocketeer. The Red Shoes.
Okay, I got to show you something real quick, guys. This is a small town square in Texas.
A lot of the small
A
towns.
lot of the small towns look like this. And I just wanted you to see it. And it's are we still in Blanco?
I think so.
Yeah, we're still in Blanco, Texas. But I'll show you one more time. This is the town center. The town hall. And then this is, I mean,
Just shops.
just shops and stuff, but it almost looks like the Alamo kind of, but because of all the stonework.
But a lot of the Texas towns were a grid.
Yeah. Okay, that's all. Sorry, I didn't mean to take up the. Sorry.
That's okay.
Please continue, Mark.
Rage in Harlem. Noel Coward's Blithe Spirit. In Space, Nobody Can Hear You Scream. Jean-Luc Godard's Breathless.
Jean-Luc Picard's. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
Next Generation Breathless.
Next Borgless.
David Lynch's Blue Velvet. And finally, Creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, so Tempest, you need to in your own head, don't tell us, work out how many of those you've seen.
Yeah.
Okay. And which are your 3 favorites out of those 20 films?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Have you got that?
Yeah.
Right. We're now going to determine how well we know you.
Well, how long could we are guessing?
Yeah, Greyman has got doing very well this evening. He's the overall winner, regardless. So we're going to start with him. So Greyman, how many of these do you think Tempest has seen?
I think a young chap like him couldn't have seen any older ones. I reckon he's seen 11.
11 out of 20. Okay. Kyle has disappeared. Oh, Kyle, how many of these do you reckon Tempest has seen?
I don't know. I didn't see any reactions, so I'll say 12.
That's only because he's better at hiding his reactions than Bill.
Bill, how many of these do you think Tempest has seen?
I was going to say 11, then I was going to say 12, so I think I'm going to say 10 now.
Okay, so Darren, what are you going for?
I reckon he's a bit of a film buff. I reckon I'm going to go 15.
Oh, that's quite high. Right, so I think he's going to have seen a few of these as well. I'm going to go for 13. Right, don't say anything yet, Tempest. Okay, we're now going to guess what you think the 3 top ones are. So, Greyman, what do you think his top 3 are?
I'm going to go Alien, Leon, and Star Wars.
Kyle?
Just to be twisted, I'm going to go Psycho, Blue Velvet, and Alien.
Bill?
Alien, Star Wars, and Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Bill?
Bill just went.
Sorry, Darren.
Well, if there's anyone who possibly could have Creature from the Black Lagoon in his top list, is Tempest, but I'm not going for that one. I'm going to go the popular way and go Star Wars, Pulp Fiction, Goodfellas.
Right, I'm going to go a bit more. I am going to go for Creature from the Black Lagoon. I am going to go for Goodfellas, and I'm going to go Pulp Fiction. Okay, so Tempest, how many of these have you seen?
I'm sorry to disappoint you. I've only seen 9 of those films.
What the hell?
I knew it was going to be low. I knew it was going to be low.
I could have watched, but I haven't.
Bill,
how many?
He said 9, so you get a point.
Woo!
How many did Bill say?
Yeah,
10.
10.
He said 10, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's great.
so of the 9 that you've seen, which were your top 3?
Well, there's obviously Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then Alien.
Oh.
And then Goodfellas.
Oh. Someone might have got all of those 3 right. That's a fairly
You did, didn't
popular
you?
vote.
Hang on, I don't think anybody did. So Gray got 2 right.
I think he's got 2 of those right.
Gray got 2 right. Kyle, Psycho, Blue Velvet, and they've got 1. Bill got Alien, Star Wars. So Bill got 2. Darren got Star Wars and Goodfellas. So you got 2, and I got Goodfellas, and no, I got 1. Yeah. So not bad. Not bad. Got some good guesses there. I'm afraid Greyman still wins.
If you'd have put up 20 crappy 80s sci-fi films,
then we'd have been.
I would have seen all 20.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
not enough culture, Tempest. Not enough culture.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I thought about with Tempest was I was trying to think of what action figure lines does he have figures from, and I figured he probably has some Aliens, he probably has some Star Wars, and of course, the most important, the Goodfellas line of action figures.
Yeah.
By the way, Tempest, despite me scolding you for not having enough culture, I've also seen 9.
Right, I'm now going to embarrass you guys. I cannot believe you've only seen 9 of these films.
In
So-
fact,
Well, it's painful, but-
when you were
You
showing
had
the
some real
posters,
eclectic
Mark,
ones in there.
when you were
Like,
showing,
I'd never
when you were
heard of
showing the
a Woman of
posters,
the River.
No, I'd
I
not heard. That's one of the 2. I'd seen 18 of these, Bill. There was only 2 I
What?
hadn't seen. Yeah.
Oh
when
my
you were
God!
showing the
What
posters,
2 had you not seen?
I hadn't seen the Harlem one, and I hadn't seen the Woman in the River.
Yeah.
But
When
what
you were
we
showing
learned
the
about
posters-
this is everyone should see the remake of Breathless with Richard Gere. It's an homage to Silver Surfer.
when
Oh,
you were
yeah.
showing the poster, oh Jesus Christ, forget it. I'm doing a grey. Fuck it.
Well, and Silver Surfer and The Thing are both mentioned in I'm sorry, Reservoir Dogs. Never mind. The movie before Pulp Fiction by Tarantino.
Well, True Romance is based out of a comic book store, so
Right, that's true. And that was written by Tarantino,
yeah.
but it was directed by Tony
Scott.
Scott. Yeah.
I don't know. True Romance is the only Tarantino I'll hang my hat on. Other than that, he's just a fraud.
What rubbish?
Nah.
Everything Tarantino's done has been done before.
Yeah,
Every-
but not in the everything way most he people did have done it. have been done before, isn't it?
You think
No,
about it.
I mean he literally cuts apart another movie and then puts it back together and calls it.
Well, have any of you ever seen the movie "Don't Shoot Me on the Piano Player" by Truffaut?
No.
It's very much like what would become a Tarantino film, and has a lot of the quirk, and and I heartily recommend it. I had to watch it in film school.
I mean,
But it's one of my favorite. It's Tarantino in the fact that there's a part where this hoodlum goes, I swear on my mother's life I've never done that, and then cut away to his mom vacuuming the rug and she drops dead. So it's really funny.
I mean, Tarantino just has ripped off everything Sergio Leone's ever done.
You know what? The only one that I really would say that with is Hateful Eight. Hateful Eight. But,
I mean, and again, he's a film school guy, so I get it. But he's just done Kurosawa. He's just done.
No. By the
Sergio
way,
Leone.
he is not a film school guy. He's a guy who ran a video store.
Well, video store, but I mean, he's that buff. He's a buff like you, and he's.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true, and all greats steal the master's directly, take it away.
Right.
But it's just, to me, True Romance was original. The rest of them, there just wasn't enough original to keep me.
Yeah. Yeah, and he also
not bad.
wrote.
It's just not that great.
He also wrote Natural Born Killers. But
that's another one. He had a piece of that, and that's a good one too.
He
but
hated
again, it's
the movie
still a
it became by Oliver Stone.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite Oliver Stone movies is Savages. I thought that was a great movie. I don't know if any of you've ever seen it. That's a really good movie.
Is that about Fred and his family?
What's that?
That about Fred and his family?
No, it is not. It's about these two guys that are in a relationship with a girl, and they're all friends, but and they have no animosity towards each other. They're all in a happy kind of relationship, but they're big time pot growers, and the Mexican cartels. But their pot is the highest percentage THC in the U.S. and all the cartels want to start getting there, so they kidnap the girl to get them to give them their pot farms. But it's really good. It's a really good movie, and it has an all-star cast. So if you ever get a chance to see it, it's good.
Great movie. That's a knockoff. Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead. That's a classic movie.
Never seen that one.
Mark Choke. Oh, shut up.
Just out of curiosity,
Shut
where
up,
did you
Mark.
get? Is that a list of
Karen.
movies that you got from somewhere, or did you just pull those out at random?
You're
No,
funny.
so I went to an auction today. There's a local auction house in Chelmsford, and I bought some stuff at the auction, and in it there was just random stuff. Sometimes when you buy these auction lots, there's a tea bag. Apparently, Gray is going tea bagging. Yeah, so
very jolly couple.
this lot there was stuff. There was you just get this stuff and it just goes.
Oh, a bit of milk.
Movie memorabilia, and they don't show any of it. And there was 21 of these A4.
Oh, so that's why, yeah.
So so I just thought it'd be a good thing a fun thing to do, and they're quite fun movies, aren't they? Sort of.
They are.
Some mainline ones and there's some fairly obscure ones.
And yet the comic book movie Rocketeer didn't turn up on any of our.
No, because it's an okay movie, but it's not outstanding, is it? It's okay. I quite liked it. It's a 7 out of 10. Whereas Goodfellas is a 9 out of 10.
A lot of people rate Goodfellas, don't they?
Yeah, I do.
My unpopular opinion, Goodfellas is cheese, and the guy it's based on is a real knob.
Well, Ray Liotta
acted. The actors.
Have you seen Cocaine Bear?
No.
Cocaine Bear is cheese, but that's
no.
fun.
Well, it's. I mean, it's.
Yes, it is. It's but it's meant to be cheese. It's meant to be funny. And it's really good. It's really good fun. It's one of Ray Liotta's last films before he died. In fact, I think part of him is CGC'd in the film.
Oh, wow.
It's like these actors who die during the course of a film. They have to sort of
a lot of actors in the last few years have died, like right around our ages, like 60 and 61. Like we lost Andre Braugher, who was a wonderful actor. We lost Ray Liotta around the same age. Of course, we lost Roddy Piper at 60. And the movie I love him in, of course, is They Live. That's one of my favorite horror movies of all time. It's really good. We lost a lot of wrestlers at age 60. We lost Macho Man Randy Savage at the same age. It's just kind of crazy.
I always get cheered up when people younger than me die.
Oh no, me too. Me too.
Unless I know them, of course.
Oh,
charming.
Check this out. I don't know what this is. It's some kind of state fairgrounds or some kind of fairgrounds. We're just now getting kind of into the San Antonio area.
So far, not only are we losing viewers, we're also losing show members. With 3 of them have disappeared.
I know.
And
They're all
Mark
Texas haters. I don't know what I've done.
That's another 3 I've outlived.
Welcome to Leaning Nose.
Oh, hang on a minute. They've come back as zombies.
Tip us. What have you been getting lately, toy wise or comic wise?
I was just going to show that. That's.
Oh wow, that's great. That's a Roddy Piper doll.
Oh wow.
From They Live. What was his name? What was his name in that movie?
It was I know his surname was Nada, weren't it?
Nada, yes. And that was the title of the comic book story that the movie was based on. It was based on a short story. Well, the comic was based on a short story.
Hang on, Bill, careful. I've just noticed something.
What?
This is not Tempest from Mars.
Oh, Tempest from Saturn. Oh,
I know.
Hey, what is that? That's cool.
He thought he could fool us.
Oh, wow. It reminded me of Cloverfield, kind of, at first.
That turned up today. There's a
Shop of Horrors.
That's a great.
You know, we just got that.
Shop of Horrors.
We just got that in
Feed
the
me,
store.
Seymour.
Oh! Can you show that one more time, Tempest? Can you show that one more time?
Bill's going to sing the song.
Can anybody tell me who the artist is on the cover?
I should know this. I do have that comic, and I do like the cover.
It's Gene Colan.
Gene Colan. That's one of his better covers.
It's one of his greatest covers. Yeah. Yeah, it ranks up there with his Daredevil cover. Oh, I love that. I have that one. That's a beauty. Yeah. That's the hardest one to find out of the Batman Treasury Edition. That's a very hard one to find also.
Have you just picked these up, Tempers?
That's those two are the last of the collector's edition ones I need.
Here we go on a old Texas bridge.
Yeah, I like that one.
Hey, normal size comics. It's always like digests and giants with you.
Yeah.
While I was running circles, I heard talk of Little Shop of Horrors. Whose first movie was in the original Little Shop of Horrors?
Whose first movie? Oh, the original. Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson, who was the main character in Easy Rider. Well, one of the main characters in Easy Rider.
Unusual
and Jack Nicholson was also one of the producers of Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, if it come out.
What's the first
more about
movie
Gene
Jack
Hackman about his death?
What's the first movie Jack Nicholson directed?
That looks like an Aussie one, but it's not.
Yeah, these are Aussie ones.
Head,
the Monkeys movie. Yes.
Oh. I didn't know the Monkeys had a movie.
Yep.
Joey Lewis.
And it was rated mature.
Yeah.
I think that turned up the other week as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice one.
Is that Remainders or is that a hard
What annual number is that one, Steve?
It's
annual.
It's one of the things. It is, unfortunately, it's only got cover only for that Green Lantern. I'll have to pick that one up.
Oh, wow.
Just keep going, Tempest, on that. Because that's black and white inside, right? Oh, hold on, what's that? That's colour.
There's a...
No.
Oh, it's Remaindered one.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a double? What's going on here? Why have I got no?
Yeah, it's a Remaindered annual. There's a few of these Remaindered type things in different formats.
Oh, that's a nice one.
Annuals.
I've never sort of they've never come across my radar, apart from the one that sparked off like, oh, it exists. Wow.
Oh, that's great.
That's Wow Man. Yeah. And Eclipso.
You know what I've been picking up lately, guys? I've been picking up Spidey
Look
Super
at that,
Stories.
that second bloody penguin.
Yeah.
Spidey Super Stories. They're climbing up for some reason right now.
You mean the US ones or the British ones, Bill?
I didn't know there were British ones.
If you feel like cooking, knock yourself out.
Yeah, the US ones are the ones I'm picking up.
I'm doing a stream.
Are these the kids ones, the Spidey ones?
Let's put it on the full screen.
We see you.
This is my housemate Carly. She doesn't like comics.
I do actually. I just don't. I'm not well informed.
I can know.
That's okay.
Carly, when Dre's not there in the house, invite me around to buy all his comics before he gets back.
No, I don't.
I'll give you a great prize.
No.
One here is for his awesome vinyl. Not.
They're not interested in the vinyl. No, they would be interested in my vinyl. Whatever their thing.
Not for the comics, but for the vinyl.
They just want my comics.
That's fine.
I know. Sorry, I cannot contribute on like.
Yeah. No comics. I know. Oh dear.
Sorry.
She's gonna be mad, but my wife made an unexpected appearance there, didn't she?
Did she obviously?
I don't know. I didn't see her, but I looked away for a minute. Yeah, today's Wives' Day, I guess. I don't know, or girlfriend, wives, lady day. I don't know, but wow. Well,
It's
something's
Phantom
going on
Stranger
here.
Day. Welcome to my left hand.
Stupid. God, you're stupid. And
Don't
we've
call
lost
God
Tempest.
stupid.
You're a goof. You're a goof. Wow, what's going on, dude? Wow.
So, Bill, when are you driving to Indianapolis?
Probably no time soon.
So how long does it take? How long would it take you to drive to Indianapolis and the
A
surprise?
day and a half.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because you'd have to stop, but probably, probably about a day and a half.
Well, wouldn't it be worth it to see the chief Vogon poet on Earth?
Yes, it would be great to see him, but you know, I would love to make it. We've never gone anywhere near Indiana, I don't believe.
If I lived where you do, Bill, and
Yes.
Kyle was only 1 day's drive away, I would jump straight in the car and drive for 1 day in the opposite direction to put at least 2 days drive between us.
Yes. That thought has, of course, crossed my mind. I love Kyle. If not for Kyle, I wouldn't be a member of this wonderful program.
It's your fault, Kyle.
I'll take
Yeah,
the
we can
blame.
blame Kyle. We can blame Kyle. Now, Tempest, where do you live in England compared to the other guys? Do you live near London?
No, I'm further up than that.
Okay.
He's only about
Sheffield.
1 hour's drive from me.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'm
wow.
relatively
It's
close
quite
to Darren.
Well, no, it's not 1 mile from Darren. So
I know what you're going to say.
Probably about an hour.
if you're on the main road going north, okay, you get to Sheffield quite quickly. So theoretically, when I asked Darren, near Doncaster. No, he's not near Doncaster. You have to go off the main road. It's like going to the Wizard of Oz or something. You know, you go off on a strange journey through parts of England that should never be visited. Roads about this wide.
Yeah. Is
some
that
point there's
place
no-
named
at some point
after
there's no
where they
road.
make vibrators? Doncaster?
I knew you were going to make some kind of comment like that. God.
Oh, dear. Ray's got Turney Circle.
Yep.
Oh, he's
He
gone.
gone.
He's like,
He's
he's
actually
left
not
his go. He's that fed up, he's gone.
Did he say he was going?
I think his housemates distracted him.
Hey, I came in late. Who was that with him?
That was his housemate.
Lisa.
Oh, okay.
So he has a house in Leighton, and he hasn't got a house. He's got a room in a house in Leighton, but then most of the time he stays with Lisa, who is in South London, and then occasionally he goes and sees his dad. So he's not actually at his house very often.
Yeah.
So
He does have his own house? I didn't know that.
Got his own flat, yeah. But it's a shared house. He shares it.
I got you.
So, but he's not there very often. So, yeah, there he is.
There he is.
It's going to be working.
Gray, how many? Oh, he was silenced again.
See, that's what confused me earlier on, because I was wondering why Bill was driving and drinking at the same time. But then I forgot he's in a completely different country, isn't it?
Vodka's driving.
Plus, he's got a driver.
Yeah.
Yes. Bach has been very sweet to drive today so I can do the show. So I'm very grateful to her. I drove about half the trip the other day, but she's driven the entire trip today. So I'm going to owe her something at the end of the trip. I'm not sure what, but she's smiling.
Well,
She's
she
a
got to
beautiful
spend
smile.
time with us. Now, what more could she ask
Yeah.
for, right?
Yeah, and she's laughing because that's true. You know, well, she knows who you all are, but she's never really had an opportunity to be on the show till now. But yeah, we're doing something at the store now because we're going through all these comics, these 60,000 comics that we bought.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Well, it's going really well. I bought a few Captain Marvel Golden Age last week from Phil, but we are making sets. We are selling the crap out of sets these days. So we'll have like there's a Batman Beyond White Knight series, which I had never heard of before.
Yeah,
and I think
popular.
it's got 6 or 7 comics in it. We put a set of those together today.
One of the greatest dance movies ever, White Knights. Who was in it?
What's the guy's name? Mikhail Baryshnikov.
Yep.
And Gregory Hines.
Yep.
And Isabella Rossellini.
Yep.
Oh, Bill wins the quiz.
And that was a great movie, actually. Yeah. That was a really good movie. And I think Bowie had something to do with the music, maybe? Or something. I think Bowie had some kind of hand in it, but I can't remember what it was exactly. But is he still alive, Mikhail? Or is he dead?
Baryshnikov's still alive. He's the only one of the lot still.
Okay.
Him and Rossellini are still alive.
Yeah, and it's the guy. Who's the guy who was one of the terrorists? He was a ballerina, and he was a ballet dancer, and he was one of the terrorists in the original Die Hard.
Die Hard and Money Pit.
Yeah.
Alexander something or other. Yeah, the big bad guy in Die Hard.
He died relatively young. And I think it was.
Sorry, guys. Can I just be clear here? So, some actor that we can't remember the name of, who was in Money Pit. I can't remember.
He was the big blonde guy in Die Hard. He was the second in command. The
Die Hard.
Okay, and what was his name?
Can't remember. Peter or something or.
This is like a classic sketch of old people talking about movies, isn't it? Oh, I know him. He was in, what do you call it?
Alexander Goodenough.
There you go.
Yeah. Alexander Goodenough. And
is that the same person you were thinking of, Bill?
He was basically ballet, the guy from White Knights, and they were both Russian.
Yeah.
And they're still both Russian, even though one's dead. But yeah.
One's dead.
I have to tell y'all something kind of funny. So my buddy Dave, his dad, he told us that his dad was going to get cremated. So last night we get to the service, and I walk in the main room, and there he is in a casket, his body, and I said, oh, I didn't know he was going to be here tonight. And Dave goes, well, yeah, it's his service. I go, yeah, but you said he was going to be cremated. He goes, oh, that's not till tomorrow.
Hey, Bill.
Bill, what did you think happened? Did you think he was going to get burnt first?
Yeah, a lot of times they do services like that.
Yeah. They very rare. This is the first service I've ever been to where the person got where the person got cremated after the fact. I've
Hey,
never.
hey,
I,
hey,
No,
Bill.
in the UK, you have the service,
Yeah.
and the casket
Then they go through.
goes straight into the furnace.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
Bill.
oh,
Bill,
that
you
doesn't
want to hear
happen
something?
here.
Bill,
What?
you want to hear
Bill
something
wanted to go
totally
and put one of them
fucked up?
crosses on his head, didn't you, Bill?
What's
You
that?
was going to do Ash Wednesday with
I
Yeah.
sure did. I sure did.
not,
Hey,
with,
Yeah.
not with not
Bill.
not with your friend's dad, I hope.
Yeah. You want to hear
What's that?
something totally fucked up, Bill?
Yes.
That is exactly what I said when I walked into my mom's funeral.
It was so weird. I just didn't
Exactly
expect it.
what I said.
That's
I
crazy.
said, why are we doing this before the cremation? She had no intention of having a showing the whole bit, but they had the showing before. It made no fucking sense to me whatsoever.
Well,
I'd never seen it before.
they said Dave's dad knew that they were going to do it that way, but I'd never heard of that before. I mean, if you
Nope.
guys
When
do
I
it over
did my
there, yeah,
dad's,
but
when I did my dad's service, I said, hey, I'm doing the cremation at the service. We'll have the ashes. We're spreading the ashes after the fact. Real simple. I didn't do the service till after the fact. With my mom, some extended members of my family took care of it. And I just thought, okay, well, we're waiting for the cremation and then we're going in. And then they're like, well, the funeral's Sunday. And I'm like, okay, that was quick. And I go and she's laying there. And I'm like, what the fuck? For 30 years, she said, cremate me. Do not lay me out dead. Is a pose. It's gross. And they didn't do that. And my mind was blown. I was like, what the fuck?
well,
So I
I'm
had
sure
to
they
dance
did.
Monty
I'm
Python
sure
song.
someone didn't
Hang
know
on,
what her
guys,
true wishes were, because I'm sure they didn't do it just to spite her. I'm sure they
It's
didn't
just
know.
becoming common practice here, but it never was. If you
Right.
got cremated, you got cremated, then you had a service.
Historically,
Right.
you were buried. So my father-in-law, for instance, had his funeral about 10 years ago. It was at the local church his father had been priest of, and we had the funeral service, and then we all went outside, and the coffin was lowered into a hole in the ground, and everybody picked up some earth and threw some earth on the coffin. You don't do that before the funeral service.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's odd. That's odd. I mean, everybody. I mean, it's to each his own. Everybody gets their own. I mean, should be able to dictate what they want to do. But it was just something that I'd never seen before. And had you? No, it's new over here. But
I
see,
want my ashes mixed in a bag of cocaine, and people can snort me and take a few of them and shoot them in space.
I will not be snorting you, Kyle. That is really disgusting. I'm sorry. But that's really gross.
Or
But
just mix me into some clay and make bowls out of me and pass me out to people.
We'll
okay,
send some
sure.
to Madonna as well, Kyle.
Oh my God.
I'll have your ashes, Kyle. I'll have your ashes. Poppy needs somewhere to go do a toilet.
Yeah.
Thanks, Gray. That's really nice. But remind me to not have any of you guys have anything to do with my service. But you guys crack me up. But we're okay. So now we're getting into San Antonio proper, and these are some of the new travel signs that.
I love your road. There's no traffic.
What's that?
I love your roads. There's no traffic.
Well, not today, and we're about to get into it because it's.
Look at that. It's beautiful.
But the good thing is that this is spring break week, so traffic is a lot less than it normally is. And I'm surprised it says it's going to be 45 minutes till block. It doesn't seem like it would be that long.
It's also red, so there's going to be traffic.
We're going to have traffic, yeah. But this is kind of in the general area that I grew up in right now. But this is on the outskirts of San Antonio. But there a lot of construction, a lot of new buildings going up, and it's just we're the sixth largest city in the United States. We go back and forth. We're larger. We're just a little larger than San Diego. We're larger than Dallas. We
So
recently
what's the reason for the population size? There's a lot. What industry is the main industry in San Antonio?
Well, in San Antonio, the military is big. The aircraft is big.
Right.
People migrate.
We've gotten a lot of Californians coming down here because they can sell a normal house there for 2 to 3 times what they can buy a house for here. So a lot of people retire here.
Oh,
now.
right. So they'll sell up in California and move to Texas and cash in and retire.
Right.
Yeah.
And apartment complexes are going up like crazy. But this place has been being built for about 10 years. Can you guess what it is?
What's that?
Can you
Shopping
guess what
mall?
that building is?
Shopping mall.
A funeral home.
A
funeral
home.
Talking of houses, I could sell my house here in London and I could go and live in a really nice place in the countryside. The only trouble is the council would be so fucking pissed off at me for doing that because it's not my place, you know. They were just like, this won't be happy at all, you know. So I probably won't do that.
That's funny, but this is like this is a an outdoor mall kind of situation. I don't know how well you can see it because the walls, but then we have P. Terry's is a popular hamburger joint they're going up all over the place these days, and this is a place where you can drop your car off and they'll take you to the airport and you can park your car here the entirety of your
we got park and drive
for free.
Yeah, park and drive. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Well, more apartments, more shopping areas. HEB, which is the main grocery stores here. There's practically a Chick-fil-A on every freaking corner now.
How many lanes you got there on that road you're on now? How many lanes you got there? There's about 4 lanes.
This is 4 on one side.
8 lanes.
8 lanes total, yes. Yeah. And you got to remember where, and I will show you in a minute. We have these things that are called I call them roller coasters, but they kind of remind me of something from Wacky Races. But they have been a real boon to traffic here. But like it's a one lane that goes for like 2 miles, and it takes you above. You can see them here. There's like a triple layer here, but they've really changed the face of traffic here in San Antonio. So it's really easy to get around here for the most part. But the roller coasters have really made it a lot more convenient.
So, Bill, what made you live in San Antonio? Was it work? Did you get a job there, or were you born there?
No,
or?
I was. Well, I was. We have 5 or 6 military bases here. 5 or 6. So we're a military town. My dad was career Air Force. My family moved here from Hawaii just a few months before I was born, and then we moved back to Hawaii when I was 7. And then we
was he a
moved back to
spy?
San Antonio.
Was he a spy?
Not a spy.
Because I thought you said he was in the Korean Air Force.
No. My dad was. My mom and my dad. My mom wasn't. My mom was what they call civil service, but my dad was Air Force, and they were both part of what they call security service, and they're the intelligence end of the military. and so they weren't spies, but they they both had what they call crypto clearances, which is the highest security clearance you can have in the U.S.
Okay, so you were
Wow.
born there effectively. It's your
Yeah,
home.
yeah, and then I went to college in North Texas, which is right outside of Dallas and Denton, and then I was up there for a couple years after I graduated. Then I moved back down to San Antonio. After that, I moved back in with my parents. I got a job at Southwest Research Institute as a research analyst, and then my secretary at Southwest Research was Blanca's best friend, and she introduced Blanca and I. And I probably stayed here in San Antonio because Blanca's whole family are here. My parents were here. My sister, my niece lived here for a while. My sister lives in North Texas, right at the Oklahoma border, and that's basically it. And I just have one sister, and Blanca has 4 brothers, and all Blanca's brothers and parents have remained here in San Antonio.
Oh
And
wow! So you have
and
a big family Christmas then.
yeah, we're very close, and we all actually enjoy being with each other. And yeah, Blanca wants to say something.
When we were dating, I thought Billy was a cook because he would invite me over to dinner, but he didn't tell me that he was buying the food and heating it up and serving it.
Yeah. So what I would do is I'd go get these bird's eye meals, pasta meals, and before Blanca would come over, I'd put them in a pot and make it look like I was doing it all from scratch.
You
And
deceiver.
then but you know what? It's funny. Blanca and I both love cooking together, and we probably cook 3 to 4 days a week. Yeah.
We don't go out to eat.
We don't go out that often, but when we do, we do. I mean, the other night we celebrated our 33rd anniversary at a place called County Line, which is one of the really better barbecue places here in town. It's a fancier barbecue place. Look at this traffic, guys.
It's the opposite direction.
Opposite direction.
That's
Oh, yeah, a bit
normal.
more.
That is normal traffic on the M25.
Oh, really? That's hilarious.
That's a good day on
It's
the
a good
M25.
day, isn't it, on the M25?
Severe lack of roadworks as well over there.
But thankfully,
Yeah.
we're going in the right direction right now, and
Some traffic up here.
we're about to hit the traffic.
Where's the cones?
Cones.
No
You
cones.
guys have a lot of cones there.
Yeah.
We only
Does
have
that remember?
cones. We only have cones on like streets, like not. We don't have cones on the highway. We have cones on like regular streets, but not highways. And this is real close to where my parents used to live, and very close to the high school I attended. And we will be hitting one of the famous roller coasters here in a minute, so you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's and this is part of the airport.
Bill, you know that you refer to this as a roller coaster. I think the rest of us call it a small hill.
No. You haven't seen it yet. You'll see in a minute.
It's like a flyover. Is it like a flyover?
It is like a flyover. But the car, but it it's basically made it to where you don't get stuck in the regular city traffic. Like,
right.
And so in just a second, I'll show you the beginning of it, and you'll see. It's I think it's kind of cool, actually. You know. Okay, so we're about to get on the roller coaster now. So we are on 281 right now, and we're about to go to 410. And so this is the beginning of the roller coaster. So
it lifts you up over the city
yes,
centre.
exactly. So this is the beginning, and it's going to be about 2 miles long by the time we make it to the other highway.
So it's like a bridge over the city centre.
Yes, yeah, and you can see them going. The one on top is going in the opposite direction, coming this way.
They're kind of like clover leaves.
It's kind of a clover leaf
because there's 4.
There's 4 of them.
Yeah.
And now we're going this way to 410, and yes, right into traffic. So it's interesting. It's, and now we're in traffic. So
there you go.
Yeah.
And how far are you from home? About 30 minutes, 20 minutes?
We are
12 miles.
12 miles, but it says 37 minutes.
It should take us half the time.
It'll take us about half that time. It'll take us about 20 minutes probably to get home from where we are right now.
Did you drive at 55 the whole way?
No, actually, they did away with 55 about 25 years ago, and
everywhere.
We on the way up, there was one road that we were on that was 85 miles an hour, and on the way home today it was more like 75 miles an hour.
So is that every state's done that, or just Texas?
All states. Yeah, all states. Yeah.
Because 55 was too slow, wasn't it? Bloody hell.
Nixon did that because there were too many highway fatalities, and so that stuck around for what, 25 years probably, Blanca? Yeah. And there's a place. I don't know if you can see it because there's a car here, but there's a chicken restaurant here called Pluckers Wing Bar, and it's okay. It's nothing to write home about.
I'm not the pheasant plucker. I'm the pheasant plucker's son. I'm only plucking pheasants till the pheasant plucking's done, something like that.
Well, there used to be a restaurant chain called Mother Tucker's years ago, and but it's I guess I've shown you about all the exciting things you'll see on the way to our house. But
where's the Alamo?
We're nowhere near the Alamo right now. It's downtown. I wish I could show you the Tower of the Americas. That's actually the second biggest landmark in town. And it was built in 1968 for Hemisphere, which was the World's Fair here in San Antonio. And it's still a relatively big deal. But I need to set the phone down just for a second.
Oh, I should end this now, really, to be honest. It's getting a bit on. I'm not so much sure how much time I've got left this month. It's getting towards the end of my timing budget on this program.
Okay.
On,
no problem. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. But this has been one of my favorite shows because I got to kind of show you a little bit of Texas.
Yeah.
And here's the view as we go back down onto the other highway, 410, and we'll take 410 almost all the way to our house. But I know what I want to show you if I can. Right over there, you might see JCPenney in the distance. I think I can show you when we go by it, but the world's largest pair of cowboy boots are right in front of the mall.
Right.
And they're actually pretty cool. And hold on a second. And it doesn't get more Texan than that. But,
Where's the world's
can you
largest
see
ball
'em?
of string, Bill?
Can you see them?
Where are they?
They're right there.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
see 'em.
so.
Oh, yeah, I can see them. Yeah.
They're in North Star Mall is where I used to work in high school. And
Yeah,
those
they're not
boots
they're
went
not
up.
UK size. They're not UK size 9s, are they?
No.
Are they actually boots? Are they actually
Is
made
that
out
a
of
place
leather
called
or?
Shit Kickers?
Well, they're made out of leather and then resin, I believe, on top of the
Okay.
leather. But they are actual huge cowboy
Right.
boots.
Interesting.
And man, we really have a lot of clouds today. We typically don't have nearly this many clouds, but without rain, that is. But it's actually really been a really nice trip back. Block and I really kind of enjoy being together and traveling together because we don't get to spend. We spend a lot of time together, but typically not during the week because of our jobs. But
Now, for her, how much of that is enjoy time and how much is Stockholm syndrome?
let's ask.
As the screen goes black.
Yeah, just wave your hand a little if you need help.
She tries not to, but it's been a really pleasant trip. We got to have breakfast with all our friends this morning before we left. Last night, see a lot. My parents and Dave's parents. Dave and I have been best friends since we were 1 year old. And our parents went to church together, and we were put in the crib together when our parents would get together and for like dinners and things of that nature. And so last night, I got to hear a lot about how everybody loved my parents because my parents are really great people, and Dave's parents are really great people. His mom's still alive, and then a lot of our friends' parents they're both still alive, even though they're in their mid to late 80s, most of them now. But it's we've been very fortunate, and Blanca grew up with some of my friends also. Before we even knew each other, of course. But so Blanca knows a lot of my friends' parents also. So it was really fun. We have a lot of crossover.
So while you were in there with your best friend when you guys were like 1, did you start your own monetary currency and take your toenail clippings and have cryptocurrency? He froze up.
We may have
I
lost him.
it.
That's not his best luck.
Sorry, Kyle, was that
Cryptocurrency.
Okay. See, you're still going,
Very
Kyle.
poor joke.
Don't you tell us that you're going downhill. You can still do jokes that are really bad.
Yeah. And at the moment, I'm having cramps and spasms on this part of my ribs, on this part of my ribs, on this part of my back, on this part of my neck. Yeah. I need drugs. He went into a dead zone.
Right, I'm chilling out, guys. I'll see you next week.
Yep, nice one.
Good show.
Yeah, let's finish it there.
See you, boys.
Later, guys.
See you later, alligators.